give it would change this. It's just a disconnect between the founders and the process and us, or the people who are receiving this. It's some type of disconnect, and that's what needs to be looked into and figured out, right? Like, because no matter what they're doing, everybody got something to say, and they always want to come at their neck with whatever reply they have to give. So I can understand, like Snap said, the color switching up. I get that. I get that, that's a big deal to a lot of people. I understand that too. But at the same time, man, like, I don't think it deserves this type of reprimanding and all the shit that they giving it. But again, it goes back to trust. Trust. It's the trust is lost. So no matter how good the founders are trying to be for these people to gain that trust again, they don't have time for it. They want to nitpick. It's always gonna be something. You leave, like I said, it's like cheating on your woman. You leave and go to the store after y'all done went through some type of cheating ordeal. She gonna think you out there messing with everybody. I was going to get some Cheetos, baby. No, you gonna get some cheat ass. You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always something. So they just gotta work on that and build up on that trust, and then maybe we can come together.
Yeah, dude, it's such a simple fix, and we all know it. And the issue is, and you use the terminology, what we receive, like what they put out and what we receive. And it's like they are running very much a company, a Web 2 company, and this is Web 3. And so everything that they've essentially done wrong, and I put this in the bad take earlier, like in air quotes or whatever, wrong, is so easily fixed. And I mean, I think that's where my frustration comes in, particularly uh, with this issue. Is it is very much something that could be very easily fixed. And everyone says comms and whatnot. It's not really comms. It is a sense of ownership and autonomy for the community, integrating the community more intimately into not not even necessarily the decision making process, but what is happening. And I was like, if they would have uh, took us along on this journey of creating season 1, you know what I mean, if they would have showed us, allowed us to peek behind the veil of this, they could have token gated it or whatever for clone holders, or for season 1 purchasers or whoever. And but like there are people that are super interested in this part, in this aspect of the artifact business, and this is Web 3, so they should be essentially entitled to like pierce the veil, to look behind the curtain and see the sausage being made. I mean, and that's such an easy thing for them to do. And that's like, fundamentally, sure, that's comms, it's all comms. But I think that the founders need a sort of a come to Jesus moment of what it means to be Web 3, and what are they trying to do? Are they trying to just provide something for us to consume, clothing or whatever, or are they taking us along with them? Are they going to show us what's going on, what this is all about? And uh, we want to ride, like we want to go along with this vision that they've had, of course, like that's why we're here. But we don't want them to do it all in secrecy and then like deliver it to us on a platter. Like that's not Web 3. Like we want to, be in not everyone, but some in different aspects of this want to be in the trenches with them. You know what I mean? We want to get dirty. We want to see how everything's done and made, and maybe we can take that knowledge and spin off our own thing, and that strengthens the ecosystem. So I mean, that's my fundamental gripe with everything that's happened thus far, and it's such an easy fix.
I agree, bro. Dylan's always dropping bars, dude.
Let me.
Um,
I think it's the same situation what Hondro said yesterday, right? And we came up with the idea, like, document it from behind the scenes so we can get people more emotionally attached to the process, so that way they feel like they're a part of it. I agree with you, Ellen. Like, some of us do want to be in the trenches, but on the flip side of that too, like, that's how Artifact has always been, is moving in secrecy and hitting people with huge atom bombs and blowing shit away. But do we have to ask ourselves, is that still applicable to where we are right now, or have tides changed? Do we need a different process? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think that, I mean, there can definitely be room for that, right? Like there's enough stuff in the ecosystem for crazy fucking bombs to get dropped. Like think Monolith, right? Like, okay, Monolith is your thing that you're gonna fucking blow this community away with. But the rest of this stuff, we can sort of get integrated with. We can have a sense of, ownership and autonomy with. We can have a relationship with it. You know what I mean? And I think
Well,
that that's key.
there's I think there's a way to do it both, honestly. And for instance, but it's hard. The thing is, they're trying to do, they have, I'm sure that their workload is 1 billion, right? Like they are trying to work so hard to get stuff out as fast as they can, and so there's not a lot of time to take time to do something like this. But for instance, let's say rather than just dropping the lookbook, they dropped it with like a little featurette docu-series that showed Zaptio working with pattern designers, trying to pick the right patterns, going with the materials, doing this, talking the design process, talking what went into it. And then you drop that little, 3 to 5 minute featurette, with it that shows people how hard they're working, why they made the decisions they made. Like, I feel like part of the reason he changed up the jacket was because it got such bad reception when it came out in the first place. And that's why I also feel bad. It's like they dropped the picture of the jacket. Everybody ripped it to shreds. Nobody liked the alien jacket when it came out. They talked bad. They talked bad. They talked bad. So they were probably like, okay, well, how can we make this jacket better? They probably tried to take some feedback. And that's the thing, is you can't make everybody happy. So they probably try to, and they're trying to figure all that out too. Like, when do you listen? When do you not listen? But they probably took some of that feedback, tried to make the jacket better, tried to improve on it, tried to work on the materials they have. And if you look, it is actually the same jacket, bro. It's just, it's like, it's not presented in like a super professional, clean manner, as far as like when you do a food, like as a video production, bro, when you shoot food, they never, like, the food they're showing you is not the food you eat, bro. Like, you use soap for ice cream, you use all kind of stuff that's not the real food because it looks better as the real food on camera. And you know what? That's what you have to do to make it look that way, because the camera doesn't capture things the way they look in real life. But if you could put out, if you could have part of this you could be documenting this process, or maybe you let it out kind of like the HBO series leading up to the fights, where you, like, as the season's going on, you do a little featurette that shows kind of what they've been working on, and people can chime in here and there. But I just think, I hear you and I agree with that. On the other side, I think halfway, like, nobody's going to be happy no matter what. Somebody's going to always find something to complain about no matter what. So there's kind of that, which I guess that's always going to be the case, and you're going to have to go with that. But the other half, I just worry, like, when you open up the box to seeing the sausage made before, like, I'm a video editor, right? Like, I used to not be able to stand when I was working on editing my videos, when I used to work for somebody else, and the producer would sit behind me and he'd be giving me his 2 cents while I'm editing. It's like, I let me work through this idea to see where it goes, because I may very well change it and go this way or go that way or fix it, but I need to work through my process before I'm getting all this stuff thrown at me. So it's kind of like a Pandora's box too. And I know Tevi got his hand up, so I don't want to keep talking forever.
Yeah, no, you actually hit on it, and exactly where I was going to go with it, right? And I hear Ilan, and actually a lot of people make that comment, right? The whole Web 2 versus Web 3. And I think if you have too many cooks in the kitchen, and I get that people want to be involved and they want to pierce behind a veil, but I go back to when they first dropped some of the samples, right? And the reality is we all have busy lives. I don't think everybody can spend all this time on Twitter or Discord or whatever, but they did release, some of the samples. They showed pictures, and then they moved on and they did more stuff and they showed more stuff, right? So there was a little bit of that. Yes, can they do more? Yeah, probably. But I personally go back to, this is year one of them as an official quote unquote company, right? Like, I think we need to, I feel like we need to go back and stop thinking about this as a project that, like, people are just banding together and running super fast and doing things. Like, they're running a corporation, right? Within a bigger corporation. If they allow everyone to pierce behind the veil and everybody gets to provide input, and I like this and I like that, what you end up with is like something that's not cohesive at all. There's no vision. It's just jumbled up. Can they release stuff and then come back out with like, okay, now we have time to do some editing and kind of talk through the process? Like, think about what Glob Studio did with the videos and Yarlin, and then they came back with like, here's some of the stuff that we kind of grabbed, and we're going to show you a little bit of what went into the final product that you're looking at now. That makes sense to me. But what we're kind of asking for, that's more of like year 3, 4, once they're established, they've got their process worked out. Now they're trying to build a loyalty program. They're trying to bring more people in. You have kind of like a good sense of who like your holders are, people that want to be more involved, that have been doing stuff. I think all that happens with time. This is not a year one, 6 months in, a year and a half, that we do that kind of stuff. And it may feel and seem that way for what Web3 hopes to be. And, that's just my bad take on that. Like, but that is not something like that you do where we are in time. Like, it's only gonna complicate things, right?
It's an important sort of delineation between that feedback mechanism, which is like you said, that's further on down the line when when those mechanics are sort of more ironed out. But the what I was trying to bring to the fore is information transfer, and that information transfer can come in any number of ways, including like Snap was saying, the snippets or little docuseries and so forth. And I think that would just be fucking rad, because you're documenting history being made. So it plays that dual purposes. But insofar as you're relaying that information across the network, you have people that are definitely going to be you know parsing through it with a fine-tooth comb, and they can sort of relay highlights to others, and that's how the network works. Like, that's people definitely, not everyone can spend all their time doing this, but that's the power of the network, is you have people that are interested in different facets of the organization, that will concentrate their time and effort on whatever whatever they love and whatever they find the most interesting. And as long as that there is that information transfer there, that information gets out to the network as a whole, in a way that's sort of digestible, and no one gets surprised. But I love the fact that they have this diverse ecosystem, and that they have something like the monolith that is supposed to be the innovation engine, that they can drop like Dre was saying, bombs on the community that no one, saw coming. And I mean, that excitement and hype is key as well. But I think whenever you're creating a fashion line, and you have people that have sort of paid up front for that line, and have rightly so, a certain set of expectations based on the information that they have, that information transfer along the line of creation would be key.
Yeah, and let me say that I don't disagree. I think that makes perfect sense. I just think that, again, like, if you think about where we are in time, right? This is year one. This is their very first collection that they're dropping. Those are like all things that they're kind of like we're all learning, right? So if we were at season 2 or season 3, right? This is like 3, 4 years, 5 years into this thing, right? And we were still having these concerns, I would agree, right? But this is bull market, bear market hit, where we went on this like crazy flood storm, and people were worried about things, expressed themselves, they gathered all that information. Change management takes time, right? And we're literally like 3 months into it now, 3-4 months into it. So I think we should be providing that feedback, right? It's like, hey, we are seeing some of this stuff. It would be super cool to next time, right? And I think that's how we frame it, is like, next time can we, and actually I think somebody did post it and Benoit responded. I saw that earlier today. He's like, yeah, I think we're going to bring people in and find ways to do that. But if you do videos or YouTube or whatnot, if you think about a 10-minute video, you're actually recording for hours, and then you're editing for even longer to get it to that perfect look that you're going for. And I'll be the first to tell you that I do YouTube. I'm not like no superstar or anything, but I used to watch YouTube all the time, and I'd be like, oh man, that was kind of crappy or whatever, or that was good, but I had no idea what went behind the veil. And when I started and I got my laptop and stuff and started like trying to record and post, and like you're looking at how you look on camera versus like how you think you look, and it's once you start doing and going through the process yourself, it's a completely different ball game, right? So what I always caution people, and not necessarily you Ilan, but like just generally speaking, right? It's like we have our expectations of what we think it should be and how it should go and all these different things, but it takes a lot more to implement and make it right. And the reality is you can't please everyone. Like even if they had done exactly everything we're talking about right now, there would be a handful or a hundredful of people still crapping on it because the driver isn't what they delivered or didn't deliver. It's simply that's just no matter what, like they messed up, and at this point it's more popular to just crap on them until they make their comeback, right? So
With
I
the
think
clothing, most people don't like the way it looks personally. Like their aesthetic. Oh, I don't like this. Like it was custom made for them.
yeah, and if we talk about specifically the puffer, I'll go to the puffer and then I'll make it and we can somebody else can talk. But there's 60 puffers in the collection, right? Like I think at most that you can get alien jackets. How many people on Twitter were just going nuts over it? 5, 6, 7 times the number of actual owners. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you had brought those people in and said, hey, it looks this way, we're running into these limitations because of manufacturing or whatever it might be, you would still run into that. So I think it's I like what they're doing personally, but it's not being dismissive of like some of the things that didn't go right, but more thinking about, how can we provide input back to them on, hey, next go around, this would be cool. Next go around, this would be good, right? Because it's that continuous improvement that eventually gets you to where you want to be and where it's working fairly well. But I think the constant, and the other thing too is like nobody likes a backseat driver, right? It's like you can sit there and provide all this input and all that, but it's like people are care about their crafts, and I keep going back to like I bought into this personally because of the vision they laid out. So it's really not on me to try. I can offer input, but if my input is not taken, I'm not going to be bent out of shape because this is not my vision, and I have always have the choice to walk away, right? And I'm not trying to tell people to walk away, but that's always an option, right? Like if it no longer aligns with what we want to do and what we want to see, we just gotta, you might have to move on. And I know nobody in here falls in that bucket, right? So it's me being on my soapbox here a little bit, but that's how I feel about it. It's like I think input and feedback is great, but it should be provided in a constructive way and on a go forward basis, right? Because what's done is done. You can't change that. It's how do you improve moving forward and allowing for that time for the change to happen.
So I got a question. Okay, wait, let me give some context. Every company I've ever owned that's had a product, we've always had a customer or an avatar, right? For our YouTube channel, we have a girl. Her name is Olivia. I can tell you what kind of phone she uses, where she lives, all this stuff. It's a made-up person that is the exact person that we make our content for, right? My skate company, I had an avatar. This is who I'm making skateboards for. This is the person. Some friends that I've helped write books, we created an exact avatar of who those books were. When season 1 came out, that's when I realized, oh, I'm not Artifact's avatar. I am not their customer. right? Like for my skate company, it was all the kids thought they were my customers, all the skaters, right? They all thought they were they weren't my customer. I could have cared less what they thought. Their mom was my customer because my mom's the one with a credit card, right? So she was the one buying board. So I didn't put, topless mermaids smoking dope on the bottom of my boards like a lot of other companies did. But my company was the most profitable skate company in, I won't say the year, but because I made the product, I made content that was dope enough for the kids that when the mom brought the board home, the kids loved it, right? So Susan Susan was actually my avatar. She was 36 years old, man. Like, it's crazy. And anyways, I won't go into that. But so who is Artifact's avatar? Because, man, I didn't forge. I forged some of the Murakami stuff because that stuff definitely is my vibe. But some of the alien and the reptile and all that stuff definitely not my vibe. So who is this avatar they're creating this for, and how did they like season one? That's all that really matters. Or bro, how can I make them? How can I have them make me the avatar so I buy it? So it's all dope for me.
And you have that cross. Very well said, Jake. And the problem is here though, like you have the cross between you have your avatar, right, and then you have your holders, which may not be the same demographic, which is exactly what you're pointing out. And that's kind of, I don't know, we're in this weird place in Web3 where like, half of us there's a lot of young people that are into Web3 and crypto and got in early, but there's also a lot of older people in it. And I'm the same way, Jake's like, I didn't mint too much because, and I also realized like it is, if you think about it, like what they're putting out, like the kids that play Fortnite, they would love these type of clothes, especially if they're into the IP, like this is what they like. Lots of logos, lots of patches, all that kind of stuff. And that's what I liked in my 20s too. But now that I'm an old fogey, I can't really get away with it as much. So yeah, you're dead on, man.
Man, I will say I'm the same age as you, Snapback, but
Snapback, you're called Snapchat from now on, bro. There's a nickname. You have been minted.
I'm too old to use Snapchat. I don't even use Snapchat except for my artifact filter.
It doesn't even matter, bro. You are snippity snap, chippity chat.
All right. Well, here's the thing. All right. I'm not gonna live that down. Anyways, it's cool. But yeah, no, like I would say like some like the reptile. I think they went, and this is just my take on it, right? I think they went with a broad brush. Like they did what they liked, and then they went broad on how they can appeal to a bunch of people. Knowing that not everyone's gonna like it, but you're gonna get people to mint. I actually like the reptile stuff, right? Why? Because it reminds me of Lacoste and that brand and like the little logos and stuff like that. I did a lot of the demon stuff. I didn't want to go with that because it was too much, too gaudy and not too in your face. So I think for the first one they kind of went broad and like maybe they didn't quite know who their target market was. But as they saw the reception, that's again, they're going to take that information and figure out, okay, well, where do we go with the next one? And I think it's just fashion in general, right? Like depending on when in time you are, what season it is, you have different things that you're going after, right?
Well, mint numbers speak volumes, right?
Yeah.
What everybody minted in season one was the perfect poll to see where their community was at. So that's right.
And even reception afterwards, like too, most people, I feel like I've seen most people, like a lot of people's top pieces are the Undead and the Murakami, which aren't plain, at all, but maybe a little less gaudy. I mean, like for instance, most people didn't like actual clones on the clothes. Like that's, I feel like is pretty universal, and like they realize that. But you also have to look at, like I feel like Zap probably had a good, Zap did a lot, worked very hard in this physical, and I feel like I'm sure Toby and a bunch of people did as well. But you have to look at their style too. Like I remember when I saw Zap walk up at NFT NYC for the first time, he was very like the way he dressed was very loud and very bright and very colorful, and like that's his vibe, so that plays into it as well. But I wanted to say kind of too on the tip of what we were talking about earlier, like with the communication, like yeah, communication is one thing and they definitely need to step that up, but also it's marketing, bro, because what they're not doing from a Web 2 perspective, Ilan, is marketing. They're marketing a Web 3 way, which is just to drop things out. And what you realize, what people in Web 2 have realized is marketing is invaluable. They spend so much money on marketing because you're not finding out what people think. You're telling people what to think. You're not finding out what's cool. You're telling them this is cool. You're making it look cool. You're putting the stuff out there that they're like, oh man, you're brainwashing them into believing it's cool by your expert marketing tactics. And like, so what, when they do some marketing, like they have like the Crypto Kicks IRL videos, like with the digital voice, they kind of have that going, with that marketing. But what they're not doing is like big time Web 2 style, McDonald's, Balenciaga type of marketing where it's like, this is cool and we're going to show you it's cool by
You
our
just pulled
marketing.
us into that latest Balenciaga marketing campaign, bro. That
Yeah,
was the
maybe not
worst.
Balenciaga. Maybe not Balenciaga. Okay,
We
take
gotta
my
edit
examples
this.
away.
We gotta edit this.
But yeah, I
Bro,
mean it's a
that
great point, dude, and I
but
think that the important, like the probably the most important aspect of this, and Tevi hit on it in a minute. Sorry, subscribe. I'll make it quick. Is that this is the first pass, man. This is season 1, and it's a learning opportunity. And what we need to reinforce is, as a community, is okay, we're on the receiving end of this. This is how to make it better. Now let's let season 2 fucking blow minds. Like let's learn and build from this. And I think that that's super important. Sorry.
I agree. I agree, man. I was gonna say, like, even if like with season 1 though, like, and I don't know that it was possible in this, but let's say, an ideal where the season 1 come out, if they had once again put out, like in today's climate, a little featurette video that was like, this is our vision. We're gonna create this sick digital line of clothes, and we're gonna be the first company to turn it to physical. And the physical clothes we create may not look exactly like the regular clothes, but that's part of the challenge, and you have this kind of this pioneer mindset where you frame them as these people out pushing boundaries, and like you drop that before the sale so people know kind of what they're getting into. It's like, okay, this is going to be a process. This is the first time they're doing it, and there could be changes, there could be this, but like, it's crazy, man. Like, I own Disney Vacation Club, and they build new resorts all the time, and every time they put out a new resort, bro, they put out an artist rendering. Don't nothing ever look out like the render. The render always looks better in everything. Always, always, always looks better, because you're not limited by so many things you are physically, and so you always want to make the render look as good as possible. You don't want to limit yourself before you even try, and then you do your best to get to that. Even me, when I do a treatment for a video production, like, I never like to be hamstrung by the budget. I don't go in and say, okay, well, I know the budget's going to be $25,000, so this is what I'm able to do. Like, what I like to do is go in and come up with an idea, and then try to come up with an idea and not limit myself to anything, and then come back around and say, okay, how can I create this same feeling, these same emotions, this same concept with this budget? No, I can't have a big war scene, but maybe I could do something else in the room, have explosions outside, have the little kid do this, and figure out a way to communicate the same message I'm trying to say, but without having to spend the same amount of money. So I don't know. I had one more thought though too, and that's just kind of changing gears a little bit. How crazy is it, guys? I was thinking about this the other day, and I don't think anybody's talked about this. How crazy is it that the season 1 Air Force Ones, which are an already built platform that they've probably been working on for a while, are not going to be delivered until Q4, and the CIRLs are coming out in June, which are way more complicated, way more difficult, not built on a pre-existing platform, all this stuff. I mean, definitely, I'm sure Nike kind of dumped that on them, and they saw it as an opportunity, which I do think it is. But it's just interesting. I'm interested kind of into, like, I'm curious as to how that all played out, because it seems to me like it would take a lot longer to get all the logistics figured out with move to earn and CIRL and Bluetooth and linking and self-lacing and all of this stuff. And then simple Air Force Ones with just premium materials, take a lot longer. So I don't know. Interesting.
yeah, I mean, I guess I have a 2-minute response. I would say I think it's because everything that's in the CIRL was already stuff that Nike was working on, right? It got just repackaged. Like, I'm sure that the move to earn was something that they already had in the pipeline. They've been kind of, working on. And it's just a matter of like repackage it for Artifact, because, whatever, and then roll that out initially with what the Artifact team is working on, and then build on that for Dot Swoosh and any other product really moving forward. But seeing how it's received on a smaller scale, and then scale up from there for the mass market. That's my take on it, and why we're able to get that so quickly. But it's going to be here quick, right? Like 3 months is about what we're expecting. And move to earn was something that the thing that Nike was already working on. If you go back to like last year, they were releasing some AR videos on stuff that they wanted to do, and well, there's a lot that was going on already. I think they, you know, allowed Artifact to take some of that stuff and run with it. So
I predict a 2 month delay.
Yeah, guaranteed. I already,
I predict.
I yeah. Hey, I already any dates we have, I'm already pushing them back a bit. But it's just like Tesla. Like Tesla now, if Tesla gives a date, I know that that is not the date that is going to come out. But the same thing is that they're doing something nobody's ever done before. They're pushing boundaries. They're trying to push things as far as possible, and so that's part of what comes with it. But yeah, you right, Sub. Definitely give it a 1 to 2 month delay for sure.
you know what? This is the one time that I actually want them to be late because I'm not going to be around. I'm not going to be in the U.S. when if the CRLs are on time. I'm not going to be in the U.S. I'm going to be in the Philippines. So I actually need
Hey
those to
yo, I'll
be
be in
either
the
early
Philippines
or
too.
delayed. I need them to be early or delayed, but
I'll
definitely
see you
not.
there, bro.
Oh, you're in the Philippines?
I'll be there around June-ish. I need
I'm
to
going in
sell
August.
some land.
I'm going in August.
August, okay. Cool. I
But
actually I know the mayor of Cebu, so it'll be
you
interesting.
do. Oh,
Yeah, his the doctor I work with, that's his brother, and his brother won the election. So
you know, I wonder if I'm gonna have to ask my wife because apparently, like her family, like the chief of police is like her uncle or something like that. So I don't know. We might know some of the same people, or I don't know them
maybe,
yet. But
man, all
she,
my families are politicians, so I
yeah,
got the shit end of the stick.
yeah. I might have to talk to you about some cool spot to check out while we're over there.
Oh, for sure, man. People are going there for college, because it's so cheap. So people are going there to go to school for like become a doctor and engineers, and they'll come here to America and get their license here.
Yeah, Bro. no, I hear that, and yeah, I'm excited though. That will be my first time there, so looking forward to seeing island hopping and all that good stuff.
That'll definitely be a dope trip. I'm over here still trying to cope that Artifact decided to do their Tokyo event, 14 days after I leave, just to get me in the gut. But I am excited to hear that, it does, it seems like it's only a 1 day event. You don't have to, sign up or register. It's like open admission and all that stuff. So I feel like I'm trying to tell myself I won't be missing too much, even though I know it's going to be epic. But yo, one thing that doesn't get talked about enough or a lot is how strong their relationship is with Murakami-san, and like the fact that they're putting on this joint event, that the fact they're still working on Animus, and who knows what else they're working on. I mean, he could have easily been the type of person who's like, oh, you guys are, there's a lot of drama around you guys. You're hurting my reputation, so I'm going to step away. But like, they really helped bring him into Web3 and show him the ropes and kind of gave him his intro into Web3. And just the fact that he's staying loyal to them and they have such a tight working relationship speaks volumes to me.
You know what's crazy? Like, I there's I didn't and there's a lot more people that know about Murakami than I thought. Like at work, I work, your basic Fortune 500 company with like basic people, and I showed some pictures of the AF1 Murakami, and my counterpart in the management team she was like falling off her chair. Like she's like, Takashi Murakami, what? You get those shoes coming, blah blah blah. I'm like, what do you know about Murakami? And she just went on this whole thing. I was blown away. So it made me even more excited about the whole thing. But yeah, man, like I don't know. I think this whole thing is gonna be pretty epic. I know we just gotta give it time. But once it starts hitting, like I think it's gonna be one of those things that there's a lot of building now, and then when it starts rolling out, it's gonna be like a nice steady stream of things are gonna be rolling out. So I'm excited.
And I just want to say too, also a little bit of a topic change, but just something I want to put out there as far as the energy, man. I got the terrible news today, bro, that one of the first like people I really met in Web3 in Mechaverse I got really close with a group of friends in Mechaverse, and we still have our own private Discord chat. It's the only time I ever go into Discord or anything like that, man. I just got word that like he passed away from cancer, like, you know, from my Discord friends and my Discord group. And it's like, it really helps put things in perspective, man. Cause we get all, you know, we get all worked up about, you know, all this and this drop and this and that. Like, man, I'm grateful to be down on my artifact. You know what I mean? I'm grateful to have this. I'm grateful to be here on the journey, you know, to be seeing part of it. Like we just, you know, we get so, I guess I just want to say that to like remind people to just like take a step back and just be grateful, not only for the losses, but for the bumps in the road, man, for the growth, for the journey, because that's all so much more magical. And we don't, you know, this is an amazing adventure we're on, the ups and downs, all of it, Web3, artifact, NFTs. And so like, it really just like, you know, it's kind of like when, you know, anytime somebody passes away, it kind of just reminds you how fleeting life is and how just lucky we all are. And so I just want to remind everybody just to, even if you're unhappy with the way things are going, you're blessed to be here right now in this position, whether you're up or down, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. And I think the only thing I will add to that is, you know, 5 years from now, when you look back on this particular moment in time and realize that you had the very first physical digital item ever made in history, that's a special moment. When, you know, the first collab on some of these Air Force Ones, like, you know, all these things are like firsts, right? Like that hasn't been done before. And that in itself, again, it's a point in time, like, you know, history is being made, but like, you know, we're to some extent blind to it, or maybe not even realizing how fortunate we are to be able to, at least that's how I view it. And that's why I'm like, I find it's really hard for me to like, you know, be down about or disappointed in a lot of this stuff. To me, it's more like it's just part of the, you know, part of the growing pains. Like, provide feedback, move on. But like, again, the AR hoodie, it's the first of its kind. Like, nothing like this has ever been done before. Right? That's why I was telling my wife that I'm like, this is like, you know, if nothing else, like if Artifact stopped today, not saying that they will, but if they did, we would still have the very first piece of clothing with an NFC chip in it, with AR technology built in.
And in the
That's,
future, everybody's going to be doing that. It's inevitable. Whether it's 10
yeah,
years or 100 years, I don't know. But eventually, that is going to be the norm in fashion for sure.
exactly. But we have the first piece, and it wasn't like crappy quality. It was actually top end quality, right? Like, do you look at the material of that AR hoodie? I'm like, I didn't even know. Like, I've never owned a sweater that looked or feels like that. You know what I mean? So like, there's some really cool stuff there that, you know, you got to step back and be grateful for what you have, and not so much like what could have been and didn't happen, but more like what you have, where we're going, what you're getting, and what's more to come that you don't even know about. We don't even know about yet, but that's sure to be even more epic. So, you know, and if you go a step further, right, and we think about blockchain, and all the supply chain logistics issues, proving proof of authenticity and all that stuff, like, this is literally a use case for that, right? It's like, forget artifact, forget, you know, just like all the issues about, you know, I buy like top end, high end item, and I don't have proof of provenance. I'm relying on some person who's like an expert to tell me if this is real or not. If I bought on secondary, that they just solved that, right, with this. So it's, those are the things that I look at, and I think it's like, it's super magical and super cool, and a lot of people don't even think about that stuff. But I'm like, that's why I'm geeking out over here, and why I'm in this project. I don't even like the word project, but like on this journey, because you are actually truly at the forefront, and that's super cool. Like, I don't care what anybody says, that is beyond cool. Forget passion.
I
But
agree. Go ahead.
yeah, no, that's it. That's what I gotta say.
Sorry, I thought you were wrapping up. I didn't mean to cut you off. I agree 100%. I got a question for y'all, man. I need some input. I need some insight, because now that I done got my suitcase, now I'm off to the next, off to the next adventure. I need to know, I'm trying to decide with this last little bit of powder I got, which I could just leave as powder for now, but there's always more powder. I just wanted to see if I want y'all opinions on what y'all thought. I keep going back and forth between an angel vial, the robots, or a Murakami blade. And I'm leaning towards the angel vial, but then I keep seeing that Murakami blade and wonder if it's forgeable, but then I don't know if it's actually going to be forgeable, but I still love it. And FYI, sorry, I know this is a lot too, but I noticed in that video, like the shoe box is in the front, but then there's like a teal Tiffany's box in the back, which the blade is on. So I'm wondering what the hell that teal box is. Is that box the blade? I saw Dre mention to Clegg on Instagram. I see that blade in the background. It looks forgeable. And like Chris, or I don't know if he said it looks forgeable. I think he said I see the blade in the background. And Chris said like Murakami sent that to us. He didn't say like, oh yeah, we got something coming or anything like that. So I'm like, oh, maybe it won't be forgeable. But I would love a little bit of insight from you, legends, if you guys think what would be the better play, like, or what you guys feel about those items in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think those boxes in the background are the CRL boxes, first of all. So I don't think it's the blade. But as far as like Angel, like the vials themselves, I would say I don't particularly like the Angel crypto dunks. I don't like them. I think they look weird. So you said Angel, and what was the other one?
I'm looking at the Angel Vial, the robot
Yeah.
shoes, not the vial. I already have a vial. But and
Oh,
to put it in perspective, I have four Crypto Genesis dunks, but only 3 vials. And what just appeals to me on the vial play is just like I think it's going to be really gamified. I think there's going to be like lots of steps you can do in the evolution, and I also think it's going to apply to other silhouettes in the future. Like right now, all we have is dunks, but I think eventually there'll be other shoe silhouettes that will get the vial. There's the Rimawa thing, so that's kind of my play on that. And then obviously Murakami is Murakami, and it's the blade, and it's so dope, and I could see it. It looks like a little creature. I could see it having future utility. And then the robot shoes is just like, this is my chance. They're actual shoes that I could wear that I like, that are super fresh, and that are the first of their kind once again, and yada yada. So I don't know. That's my kind of pitch for all of them.
yeah. I would say, and this is just my 2 cents. I would say you probably want the robot shoes, and the reason I say that is you probably have like some of the ones that you don't necessarily want to wear every day or whatnot because they're like grails and everything. But if you have a pair like the robot that you feel comfortable wearing every day, you get to enjoy that piece, right? And it's super cool, but you can still enjoy it day to day. That's why I got the human pair, because that's going to be my soldier shoe. I'm gonna wear it every day. I'm gonna clean it every now and then, but I'm just gonna wear them and really really enjoy them. The reptile is just gonna be in a glass case. I might take it out once in a great while, but a lot of the other ones I'm just gonna hold on to them and really cherish them for what they are. But you need at least a pair that you can wear all the time, and I think the robot is probably that for you. It's what it sounds like.
And they're only like
So that's my 2 cents.
$250 right. They're only like $250 right now, so I could totally,
Yeah.
steal. You got any insight, compounder Jace?
Yeah, hold your dry powder.
All right.
Yeah, that's the last thing Snap wants to hear. What? I can't hold no ETH. You crazy, bro. I gotta buy artifact stuff.
No, I respect it. I need somebody to whisper that in my ear too, because there's always gonna be something else I want to buy pop up, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had that ETH. I got like half a ETH. I mean, I have some other ETH, but I don't want to touch that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I respect it.
Well, I'm just going against what Tevi said because Tevi was never going to tell you that. But I was stacking monolith X's every time I had a little dry powder in my wallet, and then I would come down to like needing gas, and I found myself buying more ETH to pay for like gas and do other little things that I wanted to do. And I was like, no, you got to keep a good like some in your wallet, dude, just so you have it there in case something of surprise comes up or there's a flash dip, you can grab something you really wanted. But just spend an ETH to spend ETH. It's just
Yeah, that's
I learned my lesson, bro, after stacking a bunch of monolith X's because I was doing the same thing, like monolith X, monolith X. But
where I'm
We're
at
at
too now, though.
1,700 again too on ETH. I just saw that.
What'd you
just
say, Dylan?
It's at 1,700 again.
Love to see it. Love to see it. And yeah, I hear you, compound. I agree. That's where I'm at too. Where like if I spend this, if I need to send something, I'm gonna have to buy ETH just to try. Like I said, I have some ETH. I have some ETH staked, but I'm trying to leave that staked. That's not in my spending fund. So yeah, I am in that position, compound. And those are wise words. And I do know something else will drop soon. And my only motivation for going now is because all the FUD and the prices are so low, et cetera, et cetera. But it's nothing I need. I think the monolith X's are the play, and I would do that over anything if I didn't already have 7 of them. So,
Yo,
All right. Well, you didn't
you,
say that you had this one. You didn't need to, like, you just want to buy because you want to buy. Like, I feel like if you had
No,
given me
like
that disclaimer, I would have said like, no,
you,
don't buy
you
it.
I
don't
Like,
need any of this shit, bro. Nobody
I've
needs any of this
the
shit. If there's nothing in NFTs that any of us need, what are you talking
bro,
about?
the least of them, like didn't want the robots. Now just they're so low in price, and now that I see them, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could rock those. I would rock those, but I have wanted a Murakami blade and an Angel Vial for a long time, and like the Angel Vial price has just been out of reach, and then the Murakami blade, I just kept, same thing. I was like, yeah, you want it, but you don't really need it, bro. So I've just been trying to be responsible, but I have really, those were like the quote unquote last pieces I wanted for like that I really wanted in the ecosystem that I didn't have. Like there's nothing else really in the ecosystem that I actually want that I don't have. I'll take all kind of stuff, but like the angel and the thing where, but like I told my wife the same thing, and she's like, "Bro, there's gonna be something." You say that now, you're as soon as you buy that, there will be something else that you want. So
It's so true. But hey, do you have and are you decorating your pods? Do you have
yes
an
and yes,
exopod? Yeah.
yes and yes.
So yeah, you'd obviously need you need a blade.
Yeah, the blade looks so sick. Yeah, for real.
I have
the,
a blade, so I have
I have
no
a
input.
blade. Yeah,
Yeah,
so you want that
I got
to
it for I
decorate? That's
got
the
it
only
for
reason I
free
got
though.
one.
Yeah, man, I'm still kicking myself for not getting that blade because I knew I was supposed to get it. I even told my friend to do it and he did it, but I was like, I was at the Gagosian event and I just thought, there's no, like, I didn't want to take first I thought I needed to take my ledger and I'm like, I'm not taking my ledger to NFT NYC. And this was like my first thing. And I was like, I'm at the actual Gagosian event and I could have just simply logged in and I'm still kicking myself for not doing that simple. I knew I should have. It was in the back of my mind. And like I said, I told my close friend to do it. He did it. He got a blade. He's been flexing on me. I'm trying to trade him for it. He's like, nope. So yeah, man, I'm salty. I missed out on that. Good play to you guys. Hats off.
Yeah, it's one of those things that was selling for like an ETH and a half at one point, and I just held it, and then now it's not selling for much at all, bro. And I'm at the point where I'm like, dude, I got this thing for free. It's a dope piece of history. I'm just holding this thing.
Do you guys think it'll be forgeable?
Nah, I don't
It
think so.
doesn't say. It doesn't say on there that it will be. So
I think
I
if it
mean,
was,
but
it would be expensive as hell.
free. I think it's Free Minded ETH is making them, like 3D printing them. Like I saw that on his page. So I
I
think
saw
that
that too, but a long time ago, I think Free Minded labeled me a futter, and he's never spoken to me ever since. So I don't know. I guess I'm still a futter according to him. I'm not diehard enough. I mean, that's my impression. He won't associate with me, so I don't know. I cry compound talk about long memories, bro. Long, like literally like 6 months ago. I was just being critical of Artifact, and and then I guess I got labeled a futter, and I never got a second chance. So maybe that's the reason why you should consider I've come a and even then, I don't think I was being extreme in any way. I was just, voicing. I mean, you were around. I'm sure you read my tweets and you've seen, what I was saying back then and what I've said now and yada yada. But anyways, maybe Free Mind will forgive me one day and I can get one from him.
Hey, I just implore everybody who wants to be negatively critical, like feedback's one thing, like, but and yeah, I think your feedback's fine. Snapback, just to let you know. But there's a meme at the top, or there's a little picture at the top. Save that picture at the top and put it at your phone back as your phone background. And every time you wake up wanting to FUD an NFT founder for a move they made, just read that and go, man, could I have made a better project than this? Could I have done better? And I just read it. But no, Snapback, I think that your feedback has always been constructive criticism. I do read your tweets, and I always think that it's constructive. There was a time where you went through kind of a dark place where I could see why somebody would have taken it as fudding, but it was from passion and just like critical feedback. But
That's
I think
exactly
I
what I
think
was
you've
gonna say, man. You're a
improved a lot.
passionate dude.
continuous improvement, man. That's why he's Snapback now, not Snapchat.
No, he's snapback because like you fuck up his baby where all his bags are, like artifact baby, he gonna snap back at you. Hey,
Hey, I was the same, but you know what? It was the same thing where I was like, my expectations were unrealistic. I want them to nail it and do it right. And like humans, that's just not how humans operate. And like Jace pointed out too, like in the early days when Apple was building a company building, they're just trying to do this with the magnifying glass on them. And that's just not, it's just not possible. It's not fair. And I guess, like I said, and back when I used to tweet a lot, I didn't feel like the founders heard or saw anything I said. Like I didn't feel like I didn't have that respect of speaking directly to another person, which is like, just like, kind of like what people saying with the poopy thing, like, like, sure, you can tell people floor it, GTF, get out of here. But just as if you're a CEO, it's fine to feel that way, but you still have to say it in like a politically correct, respectful way and so forth and so on. So, yeah, it's been a journey.
This space is really small, and even when you think people aren't seeing your tweets or they don't see it, like it's still people do see it, right? So I think it's just always best, and I think you do a good job of it, and everybody really here does. I think it's just always best to just move in a constructive manner and in a manner that like you would like to be talked to if someone was talking to you, right? Like, or if somebody was criticizing your YouTube channel, like how would you like to receive feedback? And I'm not saying you did it in any wrong way, but like I just try to put myself in everybody's shoes and like and go like if I was gonna receive feedback, how would I like this person to tell me that before if I'm gonna give someone feedback. I just try to think in that manner. And a lot of the times, like I'm not very good with my words. Like I think that Dre is amazing with his words. A lot of you guys are really good with your words. So a lot of the times I just bite my tongue and I just don't say anything just because I can't type it out or portray it in the way that I think would sound best. And sometimes it's easier for me to just go, yeah, I'm just not gonna say anything at all.
Yeah, I think that's good, but also I would say like just think about like when you're talking to somebody in real life, right? I go back to like keyboard warriors. Like it's great to be, like, and I think that's what happens, right? Like you're behind the screen, behind the keyboard, and you don't realize we almost forget the human aspect of it, and it's like no, you actually need to remember that behind every single one of these, PFPs, there's a person, right? And if that person was in front of you right this very second, would you feel this bold and be dropping what you're dropping with the energy that you're dropping it, right? Because I guarantee you 90% of the people wouldn't do that. Right? Like if we were all sitting in a room, like it probably wouldn't happen. Like that 10% for sure, that they come with the same energy and it doesn't really matter who it is, they don't care. And I actually respect that. I'm like, if that's how you are in real life and that's just your energy, then it is what it is. But the reality is most people are not that way. So, lead with empathy.
Do you remember when a certain person left like our community like very publicly on the timeline and told one of like our community members like fuck this guy, and one of our community members was like, okay, just come with that same energy in person. And like
Oh
and that
yeah, I remember that. And then he then
Oh
he then he was
man.
like, he's harassing me.
he
Yeah, bro.
he deleted his tweet where he told him to fuck off and then started like going in victim mode and saying he was being
Yeah.
harassed and like that's one of those.
Bullied. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's it's funny because that was like before I knew who a lot of people were. And I was like, actually, my friend told me about it. He's like, man, this is going. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I went back and I started going through. I'm like, and then I actually saw the tweet about it. Like, I'm feeling harassed. And everybody was like, oh man, I feel so sorry for. So I read through the whole thing where I'm like, man, like I need to understand context here, right? Because I think context and perspective is key. So I went back through everything and I'm just like, wait a minute, you're just crying wolf. Like you came with that energy, and when the person across from you like matched it, you were like, oh snap, this is like real life. Stuff could go down. And then you backed away. So I'm like,
It
okay,
wasn't
well,
about that life.
yeah, and
Like
like you're not, like, and that's I'm like, don't act all big and bad and on the Twitterverse if you can't match that in real life. Like,
Yo,
yeah.
yeah.
I real quick, I just want to say love chatting with y'all. I got to grab dinner's on the table, so I got to run out of here. But I'll catch up with y'all next time, man.
Later, man.
Deuces.
Later.
Have a good dinner. Um, that's one of those people we talked about earlier that like I recall how they exited and how they treated the community when they exited, and I just won't associate with anymore. Like just how that whole exit was and the complete 180, the total switch up on everybody who once supported them. Like I was like, whoa, wow, bro. But it just kind of goes to your point, Tevi, is like I've been to enough in real life NFT projects, and you see these people who are like shit posters and shit talkers, and like, you know, they're real quick behind the keyboard to like call out founders and like call projects shit, but like those are like those same people are like asking the founders for pictures and like being all cool to everybody in person. It's like it's literally just a behind the keyboard type shit, dude, and it,
Yeah, because
you know,
it's
it's
not.
just how the internet is.
Yeah, because it's not coming from a place of actually trying to improve things. It's all about, being self-centered, and how do you bring up your own clout and grow a bigger piece, right? Like that's what's behind that. And how can you pump your own bags and make the next play? The person that shall not be named that you're referring to, it's like, yeah, because I actually spent a little bit of time, because I was just curious and trying to understand again, what was going on. Were there really some wrongdoing here? And really, they just go from one community to the next, and it was about, and then that other community became their thing, and they were pumping that bag. And so I don't know, which is fine. I'm like, I think if you're a trader and that's what you do, then that's fine. I would rather people come out and be like, you know what, yeah, I'm trying to flip these JPEGs and make a bag. And that's what I do. And I think that's perfectly fine. What I don't really have any respect for is when people try to hide, what they're really about behind flowers and community, and, we're here, wag me, and all these different things. And then at the end of the day, the second you lose, then you flip and switch. So I'm like, either be real about it. It doesn't matter which way it is, right? Like if you're a trader, you're a trader. If you're about community, you're about community. If you're up here for your arts, that's your thing. Just be authentic. And I think that that's really what it comes down to, like just authenticity. Yeah, be authentic. I can't pronounce that word. So that's why I like this group. And honestly, like I like how things have been going, because I feel like, like people are coming on and spending their time here, and kind of sharing their thoughts, and their vibes are just being real. Um, and that's really all that matters.
It just kind of goes to show like to some people's character, and that's what I was saying earlier is I just, if you flip the switch and shit on a community that quickly, like don't don't come back and be like, what's up, guys? Floor looks like it's up. Things are going well. You know, just got my new, just bought back in higher with a new clone. You know what I mean? Like, what's up, guys? Missed you guys. Like, no, bro. Like, we saw how you treated us when you bounced, dude. Like, if you can't stay loyal, and and I'm not gonna say I don't sell shame, but like, don't treat these are real humans behind these PFPs, and like, maybe I'm just protective of like the communities I'm in, but like to treat them like shit and then try to come back around just because the project did a 180 and flipped around and is now doing good. It's just like, no, I'll remember you. I'm not gonna call you out, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way to like work with you or support you in any way, you know. Ilan, I do want to ask Ilan. Ilan, you rode through the Azuki FUD. Like you damn near minted Azuki, I remember, right? From what I recall. And rode
Yeah,
through the FUD.
I bought a bunch of pre-reveals. I did not mint, but I did buy a bunch of pre-reveal.
How many people flipped on you guys quick as fuck, sold, dumped, changed their PFP, and all of a sudden we're jumping in on the FUD train and flipped on you guys, and then it was quick or whatever, and like how did you guys deal with it? How many of them came back? Like I don't know. Did you take
Yeah,
notes? It was an
it
interesting
was no,
time, dude.
I didn't really, and like the fucking crazy thing about all that was that like Zuki and clones were my first sort of big purchases in NFTs. And then like Zuki had that fucking crazy ass run, and it was like, whoa, this is fucking insane. Like this space is nuts. And and then the FUD happened, and like all of that just evaporated. And I actually sold a few. Um because like I was just I was shit scared. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I didn't know if the whole project was going to zero. And but I kept quite a few. So I sold a couple. I kept about 5, and then sort of, the truth started coming out. The it was, it was what it was. And we sort of rallied as a community, and like I said earlier, like, we were sort of forged in the fire of that FUD, and like the true community bonded really strongly through that, and still exists actually to this day. That's one of the only other group chats that I've even dicked around in, aside from Bad Take, is one that was forged through that. And yeah, dude, it was weird because, like, I guess at the time, Doodles was going pretty hard, and it felt like a lot of people, dude, just bailed and then like jumped in Doodles and budded hard as fuck. Like, we got so much Doodle FUD, and we were all just like, "What?" I mean, me personally, I've never really been a big fan of Doodles, and never really dug into it, but never, wasn't a big fan of the art or poopy or whatever. And so I was just like, yeah, no, whatever. But then that happened. I was like, fuck these guys, like, with their shit ass childish bullshit art and whatnot. And so, like, there was a little bit of animosity that was kind of created there within me. And then, yeah, like, I sort of came to the conclusion that this space is what it is, and it's not that big a deal. But then, yeah, so, like, Azuki had its Phoenix moment, and there definitely were a few people that sort of came, groveling back, and they were like, it was it was a thing, it was a deal. Like, people, there were apologies were made, and people were like, I blew this thing out of proportion, and I was jumping on the bandwagon. So yeah, so there, it happened in a very real way. People did come back, and people that were publicly fudding Azuki came back, and actually, like, tried to make amends. And the Azuki community was in such a space that, what had happened was that we had already sort of forgiven, Z for, like, what happened, and his supposed, transgressions and whatnot. um but after, having a more clear picture, we knew that those transgressions weren't nearly as bad as sort of, the space was making them out to be or whatever. And actually found out who he was. He was doxxed, and he had that, depth and breadth of experience in the space. So it kind of, we were kind of invigorated by who he was and his track record in DeFi and crypto, and then also in sort of NFTs. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of a long story, but yes, it did happen. People did flip on the community. People went from Mizuki Maxis to Max Futters, and there were a few of them that came back into the community, and they were welcome back. And I don't know that, I didn't really keep track, and I don't know that they were sort of ostracized in any way as far as, like, building, goes. And sort of building in a bear is sort of catch as catch can, so I don't think those grudges were really held very tightly. But in a, building in a bowl is much different. You have everybody piling on, but yeah, no, it was a weird experience for sure.
So mentally, you kind of took away from what you recall. You're just like, I kind of remember like people switching to doodles and shit on us, and it may be my timeline, but I feel like some of the loudest voices that are currently, I mean, just my timeline, shitting on clones are ex clones that moved to Azuki. It's like they moved to like the better team, and now they're like, fuck it, let's flood the old community that we were just in. Like, I recognize the usernames as used to having clones, or they were clones, but now they have Azuki PFPs and they're shitting on us. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And like, maybe that's just my timeline, but I was just like, I don't know. Is it one of those things where it's like the kids you played high school football with, like, got their parents to move them to like the better town with a better football team, and then they just like talking shit. Now they're on
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
team with a higher
I
floor
think you're
price.
spot on. Like they, these people, these individuals are, sort of transient, and they want to, they're in search of cool, right? Like they just want to hitch their wagon to whatever's cool and whatever's popping or whatever. And that transientness is it's inauthentic, right? Like there's no roots there. There's no there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I think that is an issue in this space because of how few projects are sort of weathering this current storm. But also like even before, like there was this sort of handful of blue chips, and you would see whichever um, project was sort of had the momentum. People were sort of wanting to jump on that bandwagon, and they would sort of transient their way across all of the supposed blue chips or whatever, and would just get fucking wrecked because they were making the exact wrong trades. They weren't like in community for community. They weren't growing with community. They were just they were carpetbaggers and trying to sort of clout chase. And if you do that, that's a surefire way to get absolutely fucking wrecked in the space because of the way that the momentum goes or went, I guess. So yeah.
Selling your bags when they're down in one project to buy a high in another project or something.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Wait, I will throw a caveat there though. Unless you're in a true rock project and you take your loss and rotate into like something like clones, because that's exactly what I did. But now I get to move my little dino around, and everybody gets to hang out with the dino. So it worked out. But yeah, I came in and I was like, yeah, man. Actually, I'm not gonna go into that story. But yeah, I think if you're doing it for the right reason, it makes sense. But yeah, if you're just chasing the next cool thing and trying to flip yourself into, like the riches and all that stuff, and that's what you're going after, yeah, you're gonna get wrecked so bad. And
Yeah, I've
I
actually,
don't
I
feel
mean,
bad for you.
and I've had a few people ask me, about clones because they know that I'm passionate about CloneX and Artifact and primarily this community. And that has been my answer to them is that I'm loyal to Artifact and CloneX, and particularly to this community because it was the one that I sort of cut my teeth on. Like it was one of the first projects that I bought into that I was like, fuck, this is like, I can get behind this. This is super fucking rad. And then like the first monolith quest happened, and real notions of community were emergent from that. History was made, stories were told, heroes rose out of that. And we created our own little piece of history and community. And I know King just came back from a bit of a hiatus. He was our sort of a meme king during all that period. And so I was like, yeah, I saw him come back on the timeline. I was like, oh, dude, welcome back. Like, crazy ass time to come back, but welcome back and whatnot. And that was like, it's, he's like, thanks, dude. I didn't even realize that, you even knew who I was. Like, fuck yeah, dude. We fucking rode hard together, during the first Monolith quest. And so I made those inseparable connections. And so, and that's when I know that like something is where I'm supposed to be. And it's where I, laid down those roots, and those roots, I set that tap root down to the well. and it enriches me in my soul to be a part of this community. And whenever I relay that information to people that are asking me if CloneX is dead or whatever, I'm like, it will fucking never die, because of what the community created. Like the founders created this sort of platform for us to create these bonds. And especially when Azuki motherfuckers ask, it's like, dude, did the FUD kill Azuki, or did it make us stronger? And I see a lot of strength in what is happening. I see this sort of this clarity of vision, and that's what this has forced upon us, right? Is like, if you were fickle, or if you were a carpetbagger, or if you were transient, you're gone. But if you did lay down roots, and you did send that tap root all the way down to to that well, and you did integrate yourself into this wonderful network of individuals that the CloneX community is, then you're not going to fucking let it die. You know what I mean? And I mean, I think that can be seen through some of the tangential projects like Clone Force, how strong that community is, and some of the other Sinomine, and some of the other fashion brands that are sort of breaking off of that artifact mold. So super long story, but I definitely do not think clones are dead, and I do relay that information about the reason that CloneX will never die is this community.
Man, that was really well said, and I appreciate you kind of giving that take, and talking through like the Azuki side of it. And because I've always been curious, honestly, kind of like from the outside looking in, and like you can tell that obviously regardless of what went down, like one thing that always shined through and was always super clear was like how tight the Azuki community was. um and to be able to kind of get to peek behind a curtain from somebody who was there, is there, right, and kind of getting that insight, I think is super cool. So I appreciate you sharing that.
I I didn't mean to put you on a spot, Ellen, but I knew that um, a lot of people could probably maybe learn from your take because you were there through that Izuki FUD. So I appreciate you sharing as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think that is my role, and I mentioned that to Ben. It's like these are my two communities, and my role as being a nested node in these two networks is to relay that kind of information, and to allow CloneX to learn from Azuki, and Azuki to learn from CloneX. Like that's my point of being in this space, is that relay of information that people might find valuable or helpful, especially in times of need.
What's up, Aunt Ben? Sorry, guys, I was eating. Ellen, you're a legend, man.
Dude, this guy's got me so inspired. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Um,
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of his
man,
story before, dude, and I knew it was going to be inspiring to a lot because this FUD, like, there's cycles, man. Everybody experiences tough times, and like the best thing you could do is rally with a bunch of people like we're doing right now, and build the community while you're going through this shit, right? And you just come out on top, like as long as you guys are building and making the community stronger in general. Like I watched the Azuki community do it, and Ilan is a great example that he went through it. Like, and I love hearing his takes from that time. So
There's
yeah, dude.
this. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but there's this quote. It's like, um, "Strong men create good times create weak men create harsh times," or something similar to that
yeah,
sentiment.
And then strong, and then harsh times create strong men. It's like
Yeah,
a loop. Yep.
it's like a cycle, and I feel like that happens in NFTs too, and that's like the the harsh times right now are just like really squeezing people out. You know what I mean? And it's just in any community, not only this community. It's happening a lot here in like Doodles, but it's also happening elsewhere, right? So yeah, I think it's just like if you're able to endure the pain now, you people will definitely benefit from it. And the biggest benefit, to be honest, in times like this is like the stuff that isn't like monetarily valued, right? Like building connections, learning, um, enhancing your skills. Because during the bull market, there's just so much noise. It's so much harder to do and harder to build, and there's way more expectation when you build something, right? So. Building right now, it's actually very enjoyable in my opinion, at least for me.
Yep. 100%, man. I think that's what we're all doing here. And I think we're doing it together, which is fucking dope. And Ben, I
Yeah,
cut
man.
you off earlier. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's all good. It's all good, bro. No, I was just like, yo, this is super inspiring, and like to hear somebody with like rocking a Azuki PFP. It's just like people need to hear that shit, you know. But like, dude, I've, you know, like what we're building as well. Like, there's so many talented people in CloneX community. Like, everybody's building their own thing and using their IP. To build whatever, you know, brands, telling stories. I mean, you know, fucking everybody in here is doing that, right? So it's like I look down in the audience, it's fucking everybody's crushing, you know, and um, I'm pumped to see it. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I just want to say what's up, come by and say what's up to everybody, because you know I came out of a pretty inspiring team meeting that we had today, and you know now to hear Ellen talking about this, it's like, you know, this shit will go away and everything will be all good. Especially when like people start receiving like those sneakers, when people start getting those in hand, like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. Um, I'm really pumped about the sneakers, but yeah, I mean, I just looked at the floor price today for the first time in a while, and like I don't give a shit, man. I'm building, bro, and you know everybody else in here is doing the same. It's gonna be just fine. Uh, yeah, man. Just wanted to say what's up. Chill night, working.
I'm
What
not
up,
gonna
bro?
lie. I'm looking at the floor price, and I'm looking at, you know, something. Um, I think it's all about.
I'm looking at the same ones, heavy. The same ones.
No, 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 no. Hold on. What do you what? Throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat. No, I'm just
And
kidding.
like, yeah, it's there's so many nice gems, but I'm being super picky right now. I feel like, yeah, I could just, you know what's kind of funny though, like old me is on the floor, is near the floor right now, so I could go back and pick myself back up for less, and it'd be okay. I would, you know, adopt myself again.
You
Um,
see your old clone right there?
yeah, yeah,
I
for
see
less.
my old robot getting cycled around like a
Yeah,
cheap, I mean like a cheap clone.
I feel bad for him, man. Like I wanna bring him back, and but at the same time, I'm like, no, you know, so I'll make someone else happy, you
We
know.
could start like a an adoption center where like we a DAO where we buy people's old PFPs and like we'll have yours in there, we'll have mine. Like Jerry the humans
Yeah,
robot
yeah,
Yugi would be in there. PMOX, like 6 clones can all be in the adoption center. Like
man.
it'll just
I'm
be all old PFPs that have been traumatized.
like, I'm just staring at him. I'm like, man, do I just buy him? Because I like that clone, right? But you know, I got him because I was waiting for my demon, you know, and it took a long time, but you know, I finally get the demon, and I feel you know, I kind of feel bad by just throwing him away. So I kind of want him back, but at the same time, like I want. There's so many nice ones that I'm like, I just gotta be patient, and you know, I know someone will capitulate soon enough, and I'll get exactly what I'm looking for. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like I'm looking at my old clone. I'm just like, man, I've made some cool renders and some cool videos with him. I grew pretty fond of him. But
You just got to move on from this X. Times will get better with
it's hard,
your
man.
new
Like
love.
even
So,
because you always ask yourself, like, yeah, like the new one. It's like, yeah, I mean, I know why I moved, but it's not like it was bad before. So did I make the right choice? Maybe I keep them both, but that's probably not what the ex or the new person wants to hear. So you got to keep that in mind
It's
too.
it's never fun seeing your ex out at the club, Tevi. You go out for Saturday night just for having a good time.
on the
Sorry,
floor.
a
On the
Thursday
floor.
night, you see your ex out on the floor, the dance floor, like Deep said. It's never fun, bro. Like it always hurts.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now, man. I mean, having fun though. Clearly,
I mean,
somebody's gonna take it home at some point.
it's just sad that all the stuff that clone did for you that you just so easily threw it out. You know,
I
just
mean, we had a
tossed it
good
out to the floor.
we had a good 6 to 8 months together. Okay, like we unlocked 3D files together. You know, we did a
Rex hard
lot.
to beat no man though. What if it goes on to do better things, greater things?
It
Because of
probably
the
will.
man.
I'm gonna be over here just bitter, be like, man, I should have kept it. Oh man.
Watch Tevi's old clone be like a notorious rapper and just start competing with like Junior for like a Web3 rapper award. It's like old Tevi, and he's just sitting here just having to watch his ex competing for like a Web3 rap award or something, dude. Who knows? It's always the
All I
robots that are the most creative motherfuckers. I mean, just really think about our collection. It's the robots who are the most creative people out here, bro.
That is so
We got
true,
Amp Ben up here, like he can't argue with that. Look, he's a robot, bro. He's one of the most creative people in our community.
man. You got Rose Jade down there
Rose
too, and
Jade,
she's
Junior,
a robot.
Junior. Just start name. I mean, all the robots, they just kill it.
Well, I still have my 3D
Our
file.
our whole team.
Technically,
Oh,
I still have access to my robot. I have all the files.
hey.
So.
Our whole team is robots. Actually, we started
Yeah,
all
I noticed
robots,
that. I thought that was pretty
and
cool, actually.
we didn't even realize it. It was just everybody. Um, Pretty dope.
I wonder why that is.
Just so happened, I guess.
My first
I,
clone was a robot, and I don't know. It just seems something that I've noticed is that obviously not all the creators, but the robots almost outnumber all the other DNAs with like creativity. And maybe I'm gonna get some flack from this. Alt is gonna send me a message like humans,
Alta's
motherfucker.
gonna, yeah,
Humans.
Alta's gonna
Ethan
hit you with
Lawrence gonna be
human.
like, what you talking about? We humans, boy. No,
He has
but like
mechanical arms, though, so he's basically a
He's
robot
an
too.
android.
he's got
Yeah,
fucking robot arms, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, unless I'm wrong, let me know if there's another DNA that creates more than the robots. Isn't
there's not.
Igori? He's a
He's a
robot with a
robot.
mustache, right?
He's
He
he's
makes the
a
dope ass Unreal Engine 5 shit.
yeah, he's a robot. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
bro,
I
that's what
love the
I've noticed.
robots. I love robots. Like I miss my robot, and I love the robots.
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I bought my clone is has nothing to do with the robot and everything to do with the mask. The mask is the only reason. Like, I saw this dude and I was like, "Yo, that's 100% who I am." And so I grabbed it because my first clone was just like this weird, like I don't want to say weird. It was just like I just didn't identify with that clone at all. Um, the one one of the ones that I minted. So got
The
rid
ma-
of it and
Yeah,
got this
it
one.
was the same for me. Like I grabbed my first clone only because I'm like I just wanted to be in the ecosystem. It was like the one I could get, and I didn't meet like many of you in here, so it was more about like I can finally afford a clone, and this one looks kind of cool, so I'm just gonna go with it. But yeah, I didn't like it, and so then I went through the entire collection, right, and then that's how I found the demon, the ice demon here that I have now. But at the time, I offered, and it's crazy because I offered the owner so much money. Like, if people knew how much I actually offered, I don't think my wife would approve. But the person didn't take it, right? And I was like, all right, whatever. And then the next day is when my robot came onto the market, and I was like, oh snap, it's a little cheaper, and I still get the somewhat same look. So I bought that one, and I rocked with it for like the last 6 to 8 months. And then when this happened, I was like, that's cool, whatever. And then my ice demon came on, and whoever owned it dropped it, like just trashed it. And I was so happy. And so I floored my robot and got this guy for a lot less, probably like 4 times less than I offered originally a year, oh, well, 8 months ago. So
How to
I gotta
come
say,
up.
yeah,
What that's the way to do it, dude. I mean, you had patience. Hey, what DNA is Prez?
Prez is a robot.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, the robots are the creators, dude. They like if we had to put like like a teams together, like a competition, like 10-man teams, and they had to create something, right? Like in a community competition would be kind of cool. And it was based off DNA, and you entered by DNA. I think the robots would just absolutely sweep the floor with the rest of the DNAs, bro.
It depends though. Like this, I mean, fuck. If you're talking
Bro,
like rendering and 3D work, maybe, or like artistic, like visual art, but like, I mean, shit, there's a lot of humans too that are doing crazy shit. Johnny X is human. I mean, Alts and ETH are obviously crushing. They got human DNA clones. Um, yeah, I don't know.
I agree, bro. I mean, even look, it's Wayne down here with the flower hat. He did the 3D modeling for like the Vision jacket for Clonspiracies. Like, dude, like I'm just saying, as the robots got, they're doing dope shit, bro. Like, I don't have a robot anymore, but like I used to be robot gang until I realized I wasn't creative and they weren't gonna accept me.
See, I need to bring back a robot so I can get inspired again. And though my demon inspired me a lot, like I was actually cool. I did like his little reveal video. That was dope. But the robot is really really what got me into like, hey, I really want to learn Blender and renders and animation and see what I can create. So I need a robot back in my life at some point. It's just I need to decide if I want to bring my own robot back because I keep looking at him. And yeah, but anyways, I gotta go. It was a pleasure hanging out with everyone, and as always, y'all have a good night. I'll catch y'all later.
Whatever, Tevy, leave us, bro. You're good. Just kidding. Later, bro. What's up, Kuro? The co-hostess with the mostest.
Yo, what's up? Sorry. Oh, choking on my own breath these days.
I'm sure I caught you off guard, and I did. I did. That's so rude of me, dude. Sometimes we be up here and like, I like start getting nervous, and I'll go, "Hey, Cass, give us like an outro or some shit," or like I'll just call on somebody with don't have their hands up, and I'd be so mad if someone did that to me and I was on stage, like I didn't have my hand up, I wasn't ready for it. Like, how fucking rude is that, bro? Sorry, Kira.
No, it's
I
all
still
good.
love you.
We got to be on our A game these days. It just seems like you wake up, you meditate, and it's FUD. That's it. Like, I don't know.
Nobody meditating is also flooding. Like I don't feel like they can go together. Could you imagine if you meditated and you're like, all right, I feel good now. Let's fuck some shit up in the Discord. You know what I mean? Like, is that how the fudders wake up? Dude,
It
I was
depends on the mantra, right? If their mantra is just like capitulation, capitulation, and they keep saying that to themselves, they're gonna capitulate. You know.
I was telling a story earlier and we were in the gym and I jumped in the Discord. Me and my girl were in the gym. I jumped in the Discord and like it was chaos and I think a couple other of us popped in there and Ben.
And then like my girl, she saw my face, like I was all serious, right? Kind of like, I don't know, dealing with the FUD or combating the FUD. But she saw that I was letting it get to me. And I told everybody earlier that I was like starting to think of a tweet, like how could I go to the timeline and kind of be petty, but then I changed it, switched it up and like put something positive instead. But she wrote a tweet while I was at like there because she saw my face and she said something along the lines like, "Hey Artifact, can you guys figure out what's going on because it's really taking a toll on Compound right now." And like she was just fucking with me and she showed it to me and I was like, "You can't post that, like I gotta act I gotta pretend like I'm strong out here. I gotta pretend like this shit doesn't get to me, right?" And I just switch it up. But I said, "You can't post that." She goes, "No, no, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding." But I guess the story is, right, is like, yeah, sometimes these people can get to you, dude. And like I think it's important to maybe take a step back and like Aunt Ben, I think he left the Discord and went back into our chat and was like, "Yeah, it's toxic in there. I gotta step out for a second." And then I stayed in there a little bit and I think it take a step back and maybe like find your people, find your crew and find your people like that are all on the same wavelength as you and like, maybe think alike and not think alike, but like have some positivity, are building out here, are doing something, are like do want to see this space succeed and like surround yourself with those kind of good people, right? Because they're the ones that are going to be your pillars when you're having like a rough day, right? Because sometimes the timeline or the Discord can get to you, bro, and it got to me today. But what did I do? I was like, yo, I'm going back into like I'm gonna go back into bad take. I'm gonna throw up the spaces tonight and like my people are gonna fucking be rocks for me sometimes, right? Because you guys for real are. So shout out to you guys and shout out to like the community that we're building out here, supporting each other and like all growing together.
Dude, I'm you met me in person. I get extremely emotional, and so like for me to like, I'm emotional. I get passionate about everything, and like if it starts headed into like a negative direction, it just sucks the life out of me, and I just have to step away. And I'm the Discord. Like I ain't ready for that. That shit was crazy. I was in there for a couple seconds, and I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to back up. My guy Compound's in there, and we're about to get obliterated. Like, yo, we better get out of here, man, because we're gonna get our asses kicked." And I left. I left you. I left the Discord, and yeah, never leave a Marine behind. But dude, I had to leave.
Tap me in, Aunt Ben. Tap me in,
Bro,
bro.
yo,
Yeah,
Aunt Ben bounced on me so
that
quick.
shit was wild as hell. I was like, yo, I got to get out of here. Like, I'm extremely emotional. I'll start like going nuts, and people don't want to see that. So,
Hey,
yeah.
Prez says you guys can't even handle the Discord FUD. I thrive in it. I'm like Bane in the pit, bro.
Yeah, oh, tag him in because I'm out of there.
Yo,
Prez is like,
Prez.
I was born in it.
No, dude.
I can't
Yo,
handle Discord, man. I don't go in.
dude, there was more, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna shit on Discord because you should have seen the Twitter timeline the last 2 days. The Twitter timeline was just as toxic, bro. Like we're over here saying, no, it's nice on Twitter. Fuck, dude, Twitter timeline was just as bad. I think. I think just because it's not live, but the Twitter timeline was pretty toxic, bro. Like we can compete now.
So before I'm gonna say my piece, can I get a little TLDR on what happened in Alexander's space?
Who is Alexander Polly?
Oh, well, I thought when you were referring to capitulation, you referred to that morning space. Oh, wow, I need TLDR.
Oh, when I was talking about capitulation or when I posted the meme?
I think just capitulation in general, not the space capitulation, just people actually capitulating.
No, no, I posted. All right, Polly, I got you. Okay, this is good, Polly. I got you. It says a language barrier type thing because the the gift that I posted is from an American movie called Apocalypse Now. And in that scene, he wakes up and they're getting hit with mortar fire and he comes out and says, "I love the smell of," or no, they're dropping napalm in Vietnam and he comes out and says, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," like the smell of like war in the morning. So
there's a GIF that changed out the word napalm to "I love the smell of capitulation in the morning," right? And I found the GIF and I use it for like when people are like going crazy on the timeline and they're just like panic selling their shit or capitulating, and I just use the GIF. I love the smell of capitulation in the morning. So no, I wasn't saying I loved Shillin Villain space capitulation this morning. I was just throwing it was just a GIF. But I could see where you're confused. I'm so sorry. She's like, "What happened in the space this morning?"
That
Shillin Villain
GIF turned into a gift
yeah,
now, and
Shillin
we're all
Villain
grateful for it.
has a space called capitulation, so I understand why that could be confusing.
That story was capitulated
I
right
had
there.
a really good love. Oh my god. You have the best spaces compound. And in regards to somebody fighting Clone X, I think this is like from my point of view, randomly IRL, I would meet people who would like proudly wear the artifact hoodie, and those would be like some of the most interesting scenarios, like gallery opening, or or like a secret party. I don't know. So I mean, dress X girls are the holders. So I think it's just signals that like a lot of I don't know. I just think CloneX is ahead of time in many things, and there is no other project that is getting purchased by Nike anytime soon. And I mean, I just wish that people I meet in real life would actually have a chance to meet you guys and actually get a sense of the community and catch up on a lot of things that we are being built by holders. Oh, just Bennett, and I'm not even uh, upset that I can hear your mic. Sometimes it's like so soothing and comforting in a way.
Jace, were you hot micing? Is that what she's saying?
I didn't even know until she said it. I was like, dude, I never do that. Like,
Dude,
there was a guy going to the bathroom on another one with a hot mic who didn't know. And like, I'm petrified of that, and I just did it. I'm sorry, Polly.
I loved it. Somehow it was like perfect in the moment. I could see, I mean, I can imagine that there is a warm evening and your wife is like cooking something and you're about to have your dinner or you just had it and you're multitasking. Are you reading a newspaper?
I am actually sitting on a couch. My wife and her family are chatting, and my son is on the piano. How's that for a picture?
Oh my goodness.
I thought that was you, Polly. I thought you were at a party right now, like just raging it up like you were last night, drinking with the friends and then jumping on spaces. See how it goes.
Oh, hold on. That was sober us. Okay, we had a puff of weed, but shh, it's a secret.
Good thing Tevi's gone. You don't have to say it's a secret.
Yeah, you never
I'm
know.
so glad this is recorded. I want to listen to that part. It's a secret. It's like my favorite.
That was weed. It's a secret.
Don't ruin this for me, Compound.
What's up, Rose Jade?
Hello. When I hot mic, it's with me talking to my toddler, singing something to her. Not
That
that
was the
exciting.
best, Rose.
Oh
That
my
literally was
God.
my favorite.
Oh my God. I think, I don't know, like 3 days in a row, I hot mic'd in different spaces. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm multitasking a little too much. But yeah, no, she's always near me. She's like my koala. She can't be like more than 6 feet away from me. So yes, she knows all about spaces. I was just thinking about all the fun on the timeline and stuff, and I just realized I think those that are like maximizing the FUD, they're just not that busy, huh? Like in life. So I'm just like, how can you address all that and like do all these threads and put so much time and attention into something that you might not own? That for me was like, I get it. You're not that busy. Well, the rest of us are just like, yeah, trying to kind of maintain some sanity and balance and trying to work on stuff and build. But yeah, I'm actually glad. Been busy, but I feel like it's so emotional on the timeline. Like when you are in a deficit in terms of sentiment, it's really hard to climb out. And when there is good news, it just feels like it's not good enough. And so I really feel for the project teams where it's like they're marching along, doing a lot of work in the background, and then finally there's news, which is newsworthy, and then gets like eaten up, and I don't know. We're all humans trying to do good work, so it's so tough.
At least you guys aren't collecting a bunch of socks to get yellow socks airdropped,
I
You're
had
right.
like a dad joke for that, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep my mic off.
I want to hear it now.
No, I can't even do it now. Now it's late. I don't even know.
Will it help if I will narrate that joke? You can DM it to me.
Polly, I think we all want to hear you tell a joke. And since I'm requesting things right now, I think here's my prediction. This is going to age very well. I think Bombay needs to get the alien jacket, take one of his fire shots on the street wearing it, and everybody is toast at that point. Everybody. Nobody will be able to say anything after that because I know it's going to be fire once it prints.
Bombay is like our
To be
ambassador.
honest, I'm not really worried about the people that are fudding. They're actually just looking for a cheaper entry, from what I can see.
And I'm
Yeah,
not fudding, but I'm stoked for a cheaper entry.
I've been pretty happy. I've been seeing the prices go down. I looked at the 7 day um movement, and it's down 20%. That means like in another week, man. Hopefully this keeps going. I'm sorry to tell you this, but yeah, this is just for my own selfish reasons.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get Deep a clone, bro. Deep deserves one. If this lets him get an entry point and a bunch of other dope community members, like I still see people. I'm still welcoming people on the timeline. Like as long as I'm welcoming people on the timeline, I feel like we're gonna be all right. But to Rose J's point is yes, people are bored out here. Everybody's down bad, and they're waiting for any kind of slip up and fuck up from anything to quickly engagement farm it. Like they're gonna take it, they're gonna retweet it with no context, find the worst pictures they can possibly find, write up a story that like is straight up engagement farming and just push it. And that's what you're seeing, right? Like I posted like one of the Murakami DNA Air Forces today this morning and was just like, hey, here's some more ammo to engagement farm, like just to see if anybody who was engagement farming the bad pictures wanted to take something dope and try to engagement farm that, but they don't. They would literally pick out the worst of everything they can find, and that's what they're going to engagement farm and shit on,
But
right?
does it
They
really
won't even.
work? I'm gonna try that tomorrow. Can you just can you please update me on what is fuddable today?
Yeah, no, I got you. We'll get you with Pompisha, Farisha. We turned him around. He used to be Farisha, like he's not Farisha no more. He's on a mission to like pump everything now. But here's like one of the example was there's this Suzuki Bean that had posted the worst possible photos he could find from the artifact like drop. I'm not sure if he owns artifact, but he just wanted engagement from it. So he posted this. I can't believe this shit. This is terrible. Blah blah blah. And I posted Zaptio's video, showing the actual textures of the demons, right? And I showed exactly what they actually look like, but it didn't fit his narrative. He didn't like it. He didn't reply to me. He didn't even acknowledge my reply because he wasn't there to actually like get the truth out. He was there just to kind of push the narrative that he was pushing, and it was just straight up like an engagement farm, FUD thing. So those are the type of people that I just don't like. I remember in the future, and their opinions are just like, I don't really take a lot of. They don't weigh a lot in my mind, right? If they're not even trying to actually push the truth, they're just trying to cause havoc in engagement farm. Then it's like, yeah, your opinion doesn't hold a lot of weight in my mind.
Yeah, CNN and Fox and TMZ have a huge talent pool here in Web3 with all these fudders. These guys belong in conventional media, and these guys have a bright future ahead for them. So I'll applaud that.
Yeah, no, they're not trying to push the truth, bro. They just want to find the worst, and push that. So, yeah, Rose, they have too much time. They're engagement farming, and when everybody's bored and everybody's down bad, like that's the only thing left to do is like shit on the other communities and shit on the project team, right? Like if and that's why I'm saying is if I like going forward and like that's just me, I'm just not like if I don't hold anything from an ecosystem, like I just not gonna comment on it, right? Like it's not my it's not my place to comment on any ecosystem that I don't hold, and I'm not as like I have no skin in the game there. Like why I don't know anything about other ecosystems. I don't have any of their NFTs. Why am I gonna publicly make a post about something going on there? You know what I mean? Like, but people are here for different reasons. We have Von Soul coming up. What up, Von Soul?
I literally just came up just to say I heard you say come on it instead of come on it. Yeah, just wanted to say that.
Yeah, bro. If I don't hold any yet. You're hearing whatever you want to hear, aren't you?
No. I
Oh,
heard it distinctly, like with a hard U. So I just had to call you out on that. Yeah.
yo, Kiro,
Vaughn, are you one of the fudders or what's going on?
no, get your Canadians, Kiro. What's going on with these guys? They're hearing whatever they want to hear out here.
Well, I'm Canadian too. I gotta get his back then now. I switched sides.
Not deep. I'm not one of the futters. Honestly, like I just I just any like I see the concerns of the community when it comes to like the details and like the communication. But like at the end of the day, it's just like let the mandems cook, like just give them the air to like do what they want to do. But yeah, like I just I like I'm one of the I just enjoy like the journey, to be honest. Like I don't really get the vibes down when things go wrong. Yeah, I see both ways, but I just like vibing, to be honest. Like the moment you start like getting into the FUD and all that is like when you stop having fun and stuff. And I don't know, the fun is the best part.
So, which parts of Canada are you guys from?
I'm from Toronto. I live downtown. Yeah, we saw the sun today for the first time, in like weeks, so that was exciting.
What accent that Vaughn was speaking with? Where is he from?
He sounds like a Toronto man, but he's not from Toronto. He's from Ottawa.
Yeah,
But that's
I'm
how
from
the
Ottawa,
Toronto
but
man.
I go to Toronto. Like Ottawa is in the middle of Toronto and Montreal. So like I go like if you're from Ottawa, like honestly, if you're from any one of those three places, you visit like those three places a lot. But yeah, I'm from Ottawa.
So, Kiro, does Von Stoll have an Ottawa accent or a Toronto accent?
He has a Ottawa accent, but yeah, you know what the thing is he's a Toronto man in soul.
Yeah,
That's what
facts.
matters.
Yeah.
So, what about Kiro? Where's Kiro from then? Deep, if you didn't know, if you had to guess from his accent.
Bro, cute.
Kuro sounds like me and my friends, like we speak normally and like yeah, we enunciate our words but we enjoy hip hop, fashion, streetwear, but we're just normal people to be honest. So
Kiro used to be that guy that like he was like a developer in the day, and at night you would see him with a ski mask, and he's that guy you wouldn't want to run into.
Oh,
ski mask code god.
Vonsol, did you ever attempt to portray Kuro? Oh my God, I would love to see that artwork because there is such deep storytelling in every illustration, or I wouldn't even know how to name the medium. Is it digital? Oh my god,
Uh,
sorry. I'm mesmerized by your work. I pinned something on top and like all of these ices of the universe are just like staring at me and make me happy.
thank you, thank you. Did you say, have I ever thought about portraying Kuro like in my art?
Yeah,
Or
did you ever portray someone from how do you call it? Like a live painting?
um,
Naked.
definitely not naked. Not really my thing. But I've never actually portrayed someone as an art piece. No, but it's a good idea. Kuro, I think I would have to capture him as like a chimera or some like magical beast, something like that. I don't know.
I have a picture of Kiro. I'll put it in the comments.
Oh, I hope it's memeable. Are you gonna put something on top? Oh god. So why this idea crossed my mind? Your art can be perceived as someone's inner world. Oh,
My art is perceived as my soul. So like the blue you see is like the energy that I see my soul as. It's kind of like a blue flame. But I don't know if you're familiar. It's called a hitodama in Japan, where they believe like when you die, your soul turns into a blue flame ghost. So that's kind of like what I like to portray every time I show a piece, is that blue energy, which is my soul.
so interesting. And I like the augmented imagination in your bio. Um, by any chance, did you meet Fungible? Have you been interviewed by him?
I do know Fungible. We follow each other. I know Buna as well, and Fernando Bernardo. But I did myself
Oh,
again.
oh,
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, I'm familiar with the Schiller, but I haven't been interviewed by them yet.
oh my god. That would be the space I wouldn't want to miss. Uh, please, let's facilitate this experience for the creative community and the CloneX community. Um, oh,
Vaughn and I have actually been talking about creating a space maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks just for artists and having like an artist come up, talk about what inspires them, what they want to create, what their vision is, and just the story of their life, to be honest. So, yeah.
It could be called like art, eh?
Wow, honestly,
Yeah, we'll have to be in our igloos
Deep,
to
shut
take
the
those
fuck up,
spaces,
man.
though, you know?
Don't give this fucking American any more fuel to light us Canadians up. I will say,
You're
oh my
rugging.
god, why do I keep bragging? But yeah, that was a solid one, Compound. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good take. That was a good take.
Yeah, just like art, eh? And then just put a question mark.
I,
Hey,
Art,
I
eh?
think I learned something to.
bro, that shit would be so packed full of Canadians, dude. They would know. They would know. Yeah, bro, this is my home. This is where I'm supposed to be, eh?
Yeah, at the beginning, we'll ask, like, can I get a yeah, eh? And everyone just says, yeah, eh.
Bro, I'm actually like, oh, bro.
I love that picture of Kuro. It's like, it's so his vibe.
Kiro has a motorcycle too.
I know.
Yeah, Kuro reminds me of Bob Marley for some reason.
Yo. I'm telling you right now. Kiro been doing this spaces things for a long time, and guaranteed for a long time. As soon as he joins a space, he's instant request like to come on stage. And this man like probably had hosts just shaking for months on it, and like who knows what he's gonna say, right? He's clearly like one of the most goated spaces members and co-hosts and hosts out here now, but I know, bro, he had him shaking when he was rolling into their spaces. Um, so when is this art A space gonna happen?
Never now, to be honest. Might just leave Web3 at this point, just like for all my NFTs. Move out the country to never experience these harsh realities of.
Come on, dude. I mean, Americans say really ridiculous stuff. Like you guys at least like speak proper. Like we say some crazy shit.
Oh,
Like
yo, if you hear the
roast us
Toronto
real quick.
slang, though, if you hear the Toronto slang, you won't understand what people are saying. Like the really bad ones. Like my friends and I, we fuck around. Like when I answer the phone, I'll be like, "Nyai, what are you saying, bro?" Just like ironically, you know what I mean?
Compound. The thing,
But that's how they
compound. The
talk.
thing
That's how
about
they talk.
Toronto people, like Toronto slang, is a mixture of English and patois, like which is like Jamaican, and it also has like England like slang. So like fawn and like uh yobs, like their slang is familiar to Toronto slang, but it comes from like Jamaican slang, which is patois.
That's funny, bro. Like, me and my friends, we're from California and we live here, but we throw on like a really deep like Southern twang accent when we're talking to each other. Like me and my buddy rebuilt my whole property in my house. We remodeled everything, but like we would turn on country music and like talk with the thickest Southern accents, like just just to get totally in the zone, like the working zone. So we do the same shit here, bro. We talk in all kinds of
But
accents,
the thing is,
and we're
Yeah,
it
not.
gets out of hand in Toronto because like you'll see like the whitest kid in Toronto. Like I'm talking like the whitest kid, and he'll be speaking like patois, like a Jamaican, and it's just like, what is happening here, you know?
yeah, Andrew. I saw Andrew Schultz. He's a comedian, and he came to Toronto, and uh, he's like 10 years ago when I was in Toronto. Everyone was really nice, but now I come to Toronto, and everyone's Jamaican because of the way they speak, pretty much.
Where can I hear like an example of someone who just does it, listens naturally, just YouTube it? I want to hear the
Yeah,
accent. I'm like fascinated with regional accents, bro.
just
I'm not good
just
at.
like YouTube, like Toronto slang or something like that.
Search up Pressa. He's a rapper, and search up like an interview from him. He sounds like the most Toronto guy.
What's his name? Just him talking.
Yeah, his music or even him talking. Pressa, Pressa. He lives in California now though, but yeah, he's a pretty big Toronto artist.
Is he? So he's the guy that everybody like tries to copy the accent from because he's kind of famous from there.
Yeah, have you ever heard the song Canada Goose Fur? It's so cold fur.
Honestly, what happened, Compound, is like Drake started speaking like that because like he visited England and basically stole like their slang and mixed it with Jamaican, and now everyone in Toronto like speaks like that because of Drake. But initially, like a lot of people in Toronto are like Jamaican, so like they speak that way, and then people just thought it was cool because Drake did it.
Well, like I don't know. When I like growing up here, a lot of like where in my area, there's a lot of people that are from Jamaica. Like a lot of my friends and stuff too. So it's always been like that, like the slang. But not like the way that they say it now with like the twang or whatever. It's just weird now. It's gone to a whole weird level, pretty much.
Compound, get to the hands, man. And Polly,
Oh,
poor
thanks.
girl.
You want to say
Yeah,
it?
my hand is getting tired. So, guys, I am applying makeup, waiting for the babysitter, and randomly, I thought of this guy Pasta. Have you seen this new influencer vlogger who is actually able to deliver very coherent messages with like some Web3 incentive? It was all about the D-Guards ordinals. But what if we come up with a script for him for CloneX? Oh my god, I would love to see that. He will make it really exciting. Are there any upcoming news?
No, we're not trying to make the clone community better. I need the FUD. So like the prices, they need to go down, you
I
know?
would be
So
curious how, like what will be his character, how he would feel it. Mm, it's interesting. Or do you think he's solely partnering with the gods? Oh my god, what did I say?
Are you fudding right now, Polly? We don't take kindly to FUD around here. We have a whole FUD squad that my boy Seed created, and his main mission out here is to fight the FUD. He's got an army out here that fights the FUD, Polly. Is that what we need to deploy right now? Where are we deploying it, Polly? You let us know, and we'll deploy the FUD army, led by the homie Seed.
the first half of that was like an attempt at a southern accent, and you just gave up.
I know, bro. I can't do, dude. I'll get like Shake might be listening. He's from Louisiana. He might like leave in
Ellen,
the chat.
Ellen,
And now, like, we've got some people from the South that might feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, so they're gonna just like FUD me. They're gonna send the army after me if I start talking with a Southern accent.
I would love to hear that.
Do we know
you
if
got to get a clone with a cowboy hat, man, and do it up.
Baron sold his Narc clone?
His which one? Yeah, he stole it, dude. And that angel has been floating around like right above the floor. Somebody bought it recently. That poor angel.
Poor people don't know it's an undercover cop, but I'm glad you got rid of it, Baron. It was for the best. The new clone you have right now really suits you.
Yo, Bernie's calling you out. Said you won't come talk to him.
I mean, everyone can speak more like freely now. Whenever he had that clone and he came on stages, it felt like we were being like moderated or something like that. I don't know. It wasn't the vibes. I play on the other side, so but that's just my opinion. Polly, do you have a clone?
I think that I do not.
You already bought? Did you already get a gun?
Guys, as I'm painting my lips red, I think that would be a dream come true. So I'm working on it. I was never that excited to become actually a part of the, or like a holder of a specific project, because I feel fairly comfortable integrating myself in the community and trying to bring best value, I guess, in the moment. But yeah, um, I don't really know anything about like trades. I'm really fond of the way Artifact was kind of. Oh, that's the babysitter.
Polly.
Ding
Guys,
dong.
I would need to leave you with a babysitter. I would be so curious the way she will handle you.
No, no, no. We don't do well with babysitters. I'm gonna tell you right now. All my
We'll flood
babysitters
the
got sent
babysitter.
back home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't send the babysitter our way. Anyways, Polly, if you're listening to this, I feel like most people buy clones that just fit their personality. So maybe just like find a clone that looks like you in real life or a more common clone.
I would want Kuro's PFP.
Or a demon clone, you should get a demon clone. I think that would really contrast with your personality, like you coming on space and then they're like, oh, there's a demon here, but then like they hear you speak and it's completely the opposite.
I like that idea.
Oh man, that sounded so evil. You just gave this girl like the most evilest idea ever, dude.
I even elevated it as you were presenting it, and I thought that, there would be this resonance between the um, personal brand or like digital identity and then my voice. But then when like people would say something nice to me, I wouldn't turn the mic on. Oh my god, there will be so much mystery.
Take it away, Compound. Take it away.
Sorry, guys. Like I'm being a terrible host right now. But I'm back. I was getting my brother. I was getting my brother set up on Fortnite. He wanted to play it on my computer, so we were getting him set up.
Yo,
But
after that Valhalla tournament, I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing Fortnite. I'm like, bro, get me in on the next one, you know?
bro, message me your username, and then I'll add you to my thing.
Sounds good. I'll add you in like a bit. I don't know my username, but once I log on, I'll send it to you.
Dude, actually, so the Valhalla thing was really dope for the community, bro. That was so cool seeing like all those different communities come together and play. Like even I don't even care about the outcome. Both teams got paid. Um, kind of weird how it went down, but like it was still a full-blown team building moment that I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in Web3. So that was super cool.
Yeah, honestly, it was like I never watch esports, right? Like I'm a huge basketball fan and soccer fan. I've watched soccer since I was a kid, so when I watch my teams, that's when like I'm on the edge of my seat, right? And like watching this, I was like, damn, it feels like I have a stake in it, you know? And it was exciting to watch. I'm like rooting for these guys that you talk to in Discord and stuff. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, dude, I got in trouble with my girlfriend for that one. It was one of her it was one of her one days off and I was on Spaces the whole day, bro. And so like she just gave me shit. Like I don't get in trouble. She knows that like I really fuck with this world, this sector, this space. So like she knows I'm passionate about it. But she gave me shit. She goes, "Well, I had a day off and you spent the whole time on Spaces. You're always on Spaces." And I'm like, "Nuh-uh." She goes, "You were on Spaces all day Saturday." And I was like, "Well, that was a special occasion. Like, they were all having a tournament." And like she goes, "Uh-huh, special occasion, huh? You're always on Spaces."
Oh my God, Compound, that is the story of my life.
Bro.
My girlfriend literally got to the point where she was just like, "Oh, maybe you'll find an NFT girl that fits with your schedule." So then I had to make her into an NFT girl, and now she's an NFT girl, and problem resolved.
It's better
Yeah.
than doing drugs, you know, and it's better than cheating. So yeah.
Be like, "Hey, don't make me bring another clone to my loop pod," and you know what happens next.
You get anonymous.
Bro. Um, I see her peek. I see her. She'll join the spaces sometimes when she's like driving home and stuff. I'll see her and listening in there. Checking in to make sure I didn't meet no NFT girls. Probably Vonsol, right? But I made like she's an NFT girl too. She has a clone. She's got a mutant ape. She's got like fully staked ape coin with her mutant ape. Like she's got animus. So and she should know like NFT traders aren't meeting no girls out here. Like bunch of nerds looking at JPEGs.
Dude, I'm about to bring another one home, man. I am looking at clones right now, and I just listed some other crap, and I'm dying, man. This floor is, as Bombay would say late at night, not Bombay, sorry, like Baron would say late at night. Man, this floor is juicy. They
Oh,
do.
they look so good right now. They look so juicy. Where's Baron at? He not even in here. We can't even mess with Baron right now. Damn it, dude. I just made a creepy voice for no reason. He ain't even in here.
And it's
Oh, Baron.
recorded, man. Memeable. No,
You're in
I
pretty
honestly
decent
didn't hear
percent on
much of what
score.
was going on. I was scanning our floor going, crap, I gotta list some stuff.
Jace, you wouldn't buy another clone if it was sitting right in front of your face, though. Like that's who you are. Like, you're not a clone buyer, bud.
Nope, not me. Don't worry, nobody. Don't worry, everybody. I'm not raiding the floor.
Dude, I am just kidding. I am not trying to. Jace is competitive. If you guys haven't know, like it wasn't me. Somebody told him he wasn't well enough to own a Lux pod, and next thing you know, he bought 40 pods to buy a Lux pod. So if you tell Jace that he probably won't buy a clone, like he's bought 6 already.
Yo, Jace, did you see this? I just pinned it up on top. Let me know what you think. Yeah, let's get Sunway up here.
Where? I can't
Sunway.
see. I can't see anything new, Deep.
Deep's messing with you, bro. Don't let him troll you.
No,
Oh,
no, it's up there. It's up there. It's like the thing, the monolith, Yugo monolith.
I see that Yuga monolith. I see those little circles. Now I gotta zoom in. Oh, my son's feeling emotional. I think all of you need to listen and zen out for just a second. He just got on the piano. Just a second. This is for Polly. There you go. Are you zenning out yet? It sounds like it's time to buy a clone. That's what it sounds like.
is that clone making music? I mean, what?
Little bow chicka wow on the sidelines.
They used to FUD me off.
It was so beautiful. I just curled my hair.
Okay, he just got off the piano. He's not as emotional right now. He's feeling good. That revived him. He's doing good. And bro, if that is the knight from that box, I got 2 of them puppies and I am pumped.
Yeah, I got a knight as well, so let's see how it plays out. But like if this clone floor keeps tanking, then I've been trying to make some trades, but it hasn't been working well. But I'm getting attached to this box too, though, so gotta make some decisions soon.
Demi already flipped his to profit. He was on his way. He's doing his things. He's a rich man now. I'm stuck with 3 more boxes that are going to reveal a coupon code that might get me the wing of that mech. Like, come on, man. I suck at this game.
And then the renditions aren't gonna be great, so we're gonna have to FUD it, right? And then they're gonna have to send us a video and be more communicative, and then we have to FUD that, and then yeah, that's it.
If
What's
Thank
the
you.
we
name? Go ahead, Compound.
if we learned anything about boxes, is that you can spend a lot of money on them and they can become coupons real quick. So be careful out there, Jace.
Oh
But I
man.
was promised there's something cool inside.
Wait, Deep. What's the pink box? I have the pink box. I just forgot what it's called.
It's
Vaughn
called
just said he
Dynamic.
has a pink box.
Hey, yo.
Hey, why are you guys jealous of my pink box? Deep. What's the pink box called? So I stop sounding stupid.
Dynamic. It's called the dynamic
Dynamic.
box.
Yeah. See, does
Your
it
box is
sound so?
dynamic. Your pink box is very
He's
dynamic.
got his
Yeah.
All right, all right. That's enough out of you two Canadians.
He
Hey,
and I used to be Canadian. I'm in on it with him, bro.
Jace. All right, so get this. I don't know if you were here. Kuro, Bonsol, Deep, Jace. Like they're thinking about starting a creator spaces, and they're gonna call it RA, and it's just like Canadian-based artists that are out here on the timeline just grinding, and they just want to like support the Maple Leaf. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we never agreed to that name at all. Yeah, we didn't agree to that.
So
I'm changing.
I would love to attend this space, but just because nobody invited me, I'm gonna move to Canada and it's gonna be Calgary.
Well, we're changing our hearts to red to support the Maple Leaf. Eh?
Polly, Calgary is definitely not a place you want to go. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Wait, someone tell Dre Million to respond to me. I was like, is the event still going on? Because I want to hit that shit up.
You're gonna go 3 hours late, Timothy?
Is it 3 hours? That shit starts. Oh yeah, it's 3 hours. I had spaces to do, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot. That's one of the reasons I wasn't gonna go. Like, bro, I got so many events that I gotta go to. Like, driving up to LA is a mission in itself, right? And then trying to do spaces while driving and like, it's dangerous out there. You gotta be safe on the roads. That's my excuse.
Who's gonna stop the fudders too? You know, you gotta be at home, locked and loaded.
Yo, Demi copped a clone. Like he was the Weath bit on Blur, the very bottom, bro. And he literally gambled on 20,000 clones. He just put a Weath bit in, whatever he got, what he got. And I think he got a pretty fire clone for just going random, bro. Like that. He just raw dogged the Weath offer, bro, and just got a clone.
What was the
I
offer?
was praying to the gods. 3.36.
Bro,
That
gosh.
dude, the most room to flip though. Like now, if like it palms and he makes like a move, like that's a massive room to flip.
I'm just like shutting off all the fucking fighters, dude. This is the time where you buy.
So like yeah, dude, and that's what I'm saying is Demi's out here every day with the clone community and the ape community, and he has his own community, Alpha Vibes, right? And he's there's a saying is to don't just talk about it, be about it, right? And Demi's always being about it. So shout out to Demi.
Dude, I woke up fucking mad that day when I saw the FUD. I'm like, you guys don't know anything about streetwear, and I still get comments too. Like, I work in the clothing industry for 7 years. Like, you don't show samples to people, and like, nah, dude, you're fucking dumb.
They worked at Walmart retail for 7 years. Walmart's not a bad job, but yeah, it's just not in comparison. By the way,
Yeah. Well, I made a design for a hat that I sent to Jace, so maybe I'm a clothing expert now too. Maybe I can go put my input on a multi-million dollar company. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about that, Demi?
I mean, you have more experience than these guys fucking fudding the merch.
Bro, look at my second pin tweet. It's that quote from Gordon Goner, bro. I don't know, Tropo, you go start an NFT project and get everything right. It's my favorite quote, dude. Like every time someone decides like that they could just their input is better or they could do it better, like okay, go start a lemonade stand and like successfully run a lemonade stand and then like go from there. Let me know if you make it past the first step. I mean, I'm too harsh. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna chill out.
that Tropa guy is gonna go down in history just for that. You know, that's crazy. I envy him.
He's he's like a diehard ape that like has no issue fudding anything and everything, including his own bags. So he's like, we have those here in the clone community, and I think they're valuable, dude. Like you got to have people who are willing to like call out things when they see it, and I'm like, no hate to anybody like that. But he's true to form, like he's consistent. Like I've seen Tropo fud his own bags, I've seen him fud clones, I've seen him fud everything, and he does it all equally. And that's what I think I commented on one of his posts one time, and I was like, "Hey, man, like you're consistent, like your FUD's consistent across the board." So shout out to you.
Yeah, I'm excited for the AF ones though. I think I heard that Pumpisha guy just going off one day on Spaces about the Murakami shoes, and I just bought like three of them. So now I have three Murakami pairs, and I'm probably gonna rock one on special occasions and then just stock the two for like future. But I'm interested to see what the retail price of them are in real life.
You want to see what they're gonna flip for?
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, like, Murakami, like anything Murakami and StockX is like worth a lot of money. And there's two Murakami shoes, so I'm interested to see how both of them will range in the gap as well.
So wait, sorry, Jace is messaging me right now. he doesn't want to publicly tell you guys which clone he's looking at, so he's texting me. I'm just kidding.
Bro, lighten me up in the space when I'm all private and secretive.
Bro, so check this out, dude. Vaughn, so the best way to find out, yeah, dude, if you want those Murakami drips and you're gonna wait till secondary, you're gonna definitely find out how much they cost. That's for sure.
Jace is
You're
on
gonna
the
find out
Jace
real
for
quick how
some
much
clones.
they cost.
Jace is on the Jace for some clones, you know.
Yeah, he's Jason right now,
Absolutely.
dude. Yo,
I haven't heard that one before. That was actually pretty good. I'm sitting here chuckling at it with my mic off.
Jason, or your Deep is clever, bro. Like this dude's quick, he's witty, and he's got some good jokes.
And Canadian, eh?
He's Canadian, eh? Is that just normal? That's how you guys survive through those long
Well,
winters, huh?
stop it already.
You better have some freaking humor to make it up here, man, because it's just snowing cold for 9 months
Pretty
out of the
much.
year.
Pretty much. Yeah, like the culture, it comes from hockey and shit too. Like we talk shit to each other. Like me and my friends, the first thing we say is just like we make fun of each other, but that's how we're close, to be honest. Like if you can't make fun of each other, then you're just boring, to be honest. That's why the FUD does not bother me that much, and that's why I'm kind of unhinged on Twitter sometimes, because like I don't really care too much about what people think, other than the people that are close, that I'm close with in the space. But yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't get under my skin, right? I'm like, oh man, here, watch this. I'm gonna take your words, twist them, flip them around, shoot them back at you, throw a little cry emoji at the end, just to let you know I could care less.
Yeah, it's like when you I used to work at a dispensary, and then like we always used to have to like card everybody, even if you were like an old man. And the older people would get so mad, you would ask for ID, and then they would be like, "Well, I'm never coming back to this store ever again." And I'm just like, "Well, bro, I only get paid $17 here. Like, it doesn't really lose anything with me, but definitely the same concept with these fudders that really think they stab your heart with their comments."
Von Sol just explained me on a weekend trying to get dinner, and I hate getting carded. I'm like, bro, I am so freaking old. How is this? I've got chin hairs that are older than you, and you're asking me for. Anyways, I'm just a child. I hate it.
Chase, you and I are like mortal enemies, then. Like you were on the other side while I was on the other side. And at the end of the day, if we probably would have met in another life, we could have been best friends. But now knowing that, it's like we're mortal enemies.
Bro,
And you
we
better
sat
bring your
across the
ID.
table from each other and ordered the exact same meal. Like, we're already bros. Like, that's not, even though if you would have carded me, I would have flipped the plate, two fingers in the air, walked away. But, dude, I still need that, whatever it was. Was it ceviche? That's what we ordered that night, right? I need that in my
Yeah, the
life again
ceviche.
right now. It
Soul
was
didn't
so
eat a
good.
single bite of it, bro.
I didn't because I didn't like it from there, but I do like ceviche.
He gave the whole
So
thing to
we
me.
are. So we are mortal enemies because I
Ceviche is
actually
fire.
finished your plate now that I think about it.
No, I did, bro.
We shared spoons, compound. What are you talking about? It was both of us.
You were, yeah, I mean, yeah, that might be true.
I
Lady
had
in
the
the
big
Tramp,
spoon
or
though. You had the little spoon.
Dude, I can't. This guy's on a roll tonight, Deep. The Canadians have literally taken over the stage. They're going mad out here. They're on their 7th month of winter. Like these guys are just out of control right
that
now.
was a good one. 7th month of Twitter. It's not even inaccurate.
We're coming out, compound. The winter's almost over, so us Canadians, it's our time to shine, literally.
Hibernation season is over. The snow is melting. No more igloos. You know, we just gotta get out in the sun. Have some beers, eh, bud?
Yo, who could do the best hockey accent, like hockey slang, all of that? Like I
Oh yeah,
love
I got you.
hockey accent slang and shit.
I got you. Sauce me the puck, you duster. Uh, I don't know. That's all I got right now.
Sauce me the fuck, you duster.
A duster is someone that sits on the bench and catches dust. So you call him a duster. Sauce me the puck, of course. Yeah, hey bud. I hate when people call me buddy. Hey buddy. It's just so demeaning. I'm like, bro, don't call me buddy. I don't even know you.
Don't call me buddy, bud.
That's what Von Sol calls you when he asks for your ID, when he cards you at the restaurant. Hey,
I'm not your
buddy,
buddy, pal.
can
I'm
I
not
have
your
some
buddy,
ID?
pal.
I didn't even work at a restaurant, Jace. I worked at a dispensary. So, you know, it's just like if you're going to a dispensary, it's like you have to have your ID with you. So it's just, you might as well take it out of your
I
pocket
gotta
and show
demean
me,
it
say,
somehow. Come on, I got no comedy. Oh man.
nah, man, I ain't gonna take that. You either bring your health card or your ID next time, or you're not coming into the function.
I'm sending Compound in for me. He's a bro.
Now we have cameras, so if we catch you in the cameras passing cash to compound, then your buddy's getting back. Yeah, all right. I can't even take this serious. Like, you know, I
Wait,
don't
I
even
just
take
saw
it
my
that
beeper right
serious
now.
for
What the
real.
fuck's going on?
Hey, I'm not your buddy, pal.
Yeah, bud.
Wait, Demi, did you just say you sold your V friend?
No, I said I just checked my beeper. What the fuck's going on?
Oh my gosh, I need to log out and go buy some clones or something. I'm getting crazy.
Yeah, I heard him say beeper. He just has a thick Canadian accent too.
It's
Wait,
contagious, hey bud.
I use
Demi, are you
beeper for
Canadian?
anything DM or text related. I'm like, yo, check your beeper.
Sounds like you're old, bro.
Tell me you're from the early 90s without telling me you're from the early 90s.
Yo, Demi, did you have a beeper, bro?
Dude, of course I had the fucking beeper. What the fuck?
I never. Oh, dude. Shit. I
I'm
don't know.
with you, Timothy. I had my beeper and I would type. We had a random code that my friends and I would use.
Wait. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this real quick. The beepers were quick, right? This was like a quick phase. It was in and out, weren't they?
Yeah, it was super quick. Maybe like a year and a half, 2 years max.
Like the 8-track. The 8-track was quick. Like it was records, and then we were at cassettes, and the 8-track had its little run, or what?
Yeah, then we had fucking Walkmans. You guys remember Walkmans?
Dude, I didn't have a beeper or 8-track or whatever it was. I did have a Walkman though.
I
I
had a
have a
CD
walk.
player.
Walkman.
I had a Backstreet Boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had a Backstreet Boys CD, but then I would play 50 Cent right after that just to equal it out. So
Yeah, it's
I
all
had
about balance, bro.
I had them early M&Ms on them Walkums. Did I say Walkums right now? Wow, that's awkward.
yo, Jace, how did like message in a bottle work back then?
I'm not gonna tell you till you rub me the right way, baby.
I fucking can't. Oh shit. Hey, hold on. What's up? Let me check this out real quick. Hey, Hemi. Hemothy.
Timothy?
Hemothy. Hemothy. Did you have a beeper, my man? Oh shit, all the people that had beepers growing up are coming up. Great. Here we go. We're getting rushed. We're getting rushed by
Was that me you were talking to?
Yeah, Hemothy, did you have a beeper?
¿Qué pasó?
Can you hear me?
¿Qué pasa? I have the what?
Nah, Hemothy didn't have one.
Nah, no chance. I was just coming up to ask about if I need a dot swoosh to forge those AF1s or not.
No,
I
no, no,
don't.
bro.
Alright.
And which one? What's the AF ones?
Yeah,
Just that
do I
are
need a dot swoosh account or something?
No, was that spreading, dude? Because that's FUD, dude. That's FUD. We'll send the FUD army in, the anti-FUD army in to shut that down if we have to.
So I need
The
one
We're
more
even
thing.
dot
sending
swoosh,
badges out. It's the AFA. We're the AFA. We've
yo,
got badges. They're being stitched right now. So the anti-FUD armies. We'll shut that down.
yeah.
Bro,
Emmy, do you want to join the anti-FUD army?
I'm just trying to get some sneakers, but if I need a dot swoosh, I can't get it in Australia, so I won't pick them up. That just...
Bro, Dot swoosh has nothing to do with Artifact's doing with Nike and the Air Force Ones.
So I don't
Dot swoosh is on their own mission.
need an account, correct?
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Sweet.
You
Nope.
just need the NFT, my man, and gas money.
So if you're wrong, I'm gonna screenshot the price. I'm gonna need you to send me the ETH over.
Dude, if I'm wrong, which I'm not, I'm gonna be confident on this one. I'm not wrong. There's no reason you would ever need a dot swoosh to mint Artifact Air Force One. It's a whole separate project, a separate mission, separate platform. They're doing their own thing, right? Hopefully they have their own shoe coming out soon. I saw some teasers that look kind of cool. Sean, wait, hold on. Sean Toast, I tried to get you up on stage. I didn't deny your request. It just looked like it was in a loading pattern. So request again, I'll get you up here. So Hemi, you're
Hemi,
not.
good to chat, bro. Good to chat. I heard you on the other space. I don't remember whose space it was. I dipped in for a second. It's good to see you, bro.
Me or Demi?
Hemi with an
Timothy.
H.
That's why I try to get everybody to call me every day. No, it was good. Yeah. Which space was it? I always pop in and out just to stay in tune.
I don't know. It was an ETH and alt space.
Oh
Maybe an early
yeah,
morning
that's
one.
right.
I don't
That was it.
remember.
Yeah, that's right. Always appreciate
Hey
my.
man, you still helped me pull my best vial though. You're the one who helped me pull that demon vial out of that monolith that one night.
Yeah, got you. That algorithm, huh? We're gonna be pulling some Murakami Animus or what?
Bro, I did it without you, and I got a freaking robot vial after that. I was like, man, I need Hemi back. I need him to help me know what's up. And yes, I really do hope we get some Murakami Animus.
I mean, it's pinned to the artifacts timeline, which is good. Loving that. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. It seems the thing is you got to pull a bunch of eggs at the same time. Well, clones. Pull a bunch of clones at the same time at the start. I feel is the alpha. Otherwise, wait and chill and check the algorithm. Or everything I'm saying is cap and it's all randomized.
Or DM Hemi and ask, is now a good time?
Anybody DM me, I'm just gonna message in one word: Luxo.
I figured as much.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, ever since I've been to Alts and Ethalorian's spaces, I'm obsessed with Luxo now. I bought so much Luxo. I bought that new book they released. Like, it just seems like the future, to be honest.
Yeah. See, it's weird because people say this, and I think like they're trolling. They read a lot of trolls of Luxo, but
Nah, I'm being dead serious, bro. Like one day I just came across their spaces and I heard them talking about it, and I've seen the founder as well, like is close with Benito, and like to me what it seems like um it's like it's like global like profiles for like the blockchain and kind of like mixture with digital fashion as well. So I don't know, like the people in it are great, good vibes, and it's a good entry to enter right now. So yeah.
it's good to have the bag spread also too, especially if you got that conviction. Don't have to get too many of anything.
Yo, Vaughn, what's the book? Can you send me a link? Down, I'm interested.
Yeah, let me see if I can post it above.
We got Alts here. What's up, baby? I hate saying hi to people because then I look at who's next to that person. And, oh, look, it's Bombay. How Anya? Shout out to everybody. It's too many of yous.
Yeah, well, Hemi, we miss you, and you can come back in here more often. Then you can just say hi to us every day.
All right, see you guys.
All right, later.
No, it's happening. I'm slowly coming back. Once Luxo mainnet's back, I'll be able to, bring that floor up for clones, for Artifact ecosystem up for you. But I love it.
Get out that Luxo broom for us, bro.
There's a lot of Artifact holders of Luxo that I know are going to do the same thing. It's funny. It's just funny.
It's actually funny because when I talk to like a bunch of clones, like one thing they always say that like they gained from being part of the CloneX community is learning about Luxo. Like that's one thing I always hear is that every clone I meet is that like, yeah, one of the best things I got from being in the CloneX community is learning about Luxo. So I don't know, just thought I would share that.
Yeah, it's good to know about both. I mean, in my eyes, they go hand in hand in their own specific way. With just being,
I think Fawn works for them as well
yeah,
now, so that's big on Fawn. Congrats on him.
yeah, that's huge for her. I think that was last month that she got onboarded, but I think she's been working in the background as well for much longer. But yeah, it's good. I feel like they're
Yeah.
both ahead of Artifacts ahead of the game, and Luxor's ahead of the game. And what are you gonna say, Compound?
I just looked up top and the Luxo white papers up there, and you guys are talking Luxo. I didn't. This just turned into a Luxo shield space. That was smooth, boys. That was so
It's math
fast. I just
happens.
got finessed so hard. I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? Hey, y'all are smooth. No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
So, how much are you guys getting paid by Luxo for this, and how do I get involved as well?
So
They have a army out here, bro. That's like what we're starting.
to get paid by Luxo, I'm actually setting up my validating nodes. Oh, my NUC tomorrow. But if you stake 32 Lux tokens, you'll be able to get a validating node, which will be print. It's a money machine. As a kid, this has been something huge for me. To like money trees, and my life just saying people telling me that there's no such thing as money trees, laughing at me, which is good. I was like a little kid type thing, and now I kind of have a money machine. So that's how I get paid in Lux tokens, by running validating nodes.
This definitely sounds like we turned it into a Luxo shilling space, but I sort of God, like I've met alts twice now in real life, and if I've learned anything in this space is that there's some smart motherfuckers out here, and like you can either like learn from your own mistakes or you can learn from other people, and the shit you learn from other people is like very valuable sometimes. So like when I've met alts, like not only is he such like a genuine like person, but like he doesn't have all those arms for no reason. I'll tell you that. Like he's a smart motherfucker. So when I see he's so like invested in Luxo, it makes me want to do my own research to like what it is. And like when he sent me like all this research to read, I was just like, damn, like this actually sounds so futuristic. And it was actually so funny. This paper, like this Luxo white paper, I saw it, and I think in like Europe, like instead of like a dot, they have like a comma. So it was like 60 comma 00. So I was just like, damn, this is $60,000 just for this fucking book. And then I was just like, I had to like send it to Alt. I'm just like, bro, like, is this actually $60,000? And then he's just like, nah, the comma is a dot. And I'm just like, oh, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, that's the wonderful story behind that book over there.
So, if I buy Luxo now, right, like I can blame you, Vaughn, right?
Yeah,
Depends how
most
long you hold it
definitely.
for.
Oh, dude, I think Alt is pretty smart too. Like when I first met him, he helped me figure out the difference between a comma and a dot as well. So shout out Alt. We love the guy.
Yeah, that's definitely a
Comma?
story I probably shouldn't have shared with anybody and just kept it to me and all. Now that
No,
I think
bro.
about it.
Yeah, Vaughn, you're making us Canadians look bad. I expect like an American not to know that, but like, come on, a Canadian, bro? Wow, disappointed.
What the fuck?
Did
I
someone just
always
walk
have,
into the ocean or what?
dude. I always have to like mute Hemi, like never in a bad way, but he'll take his phone and dive right into a river or something. Like it's common. I don't know what he does. He'll just drop it in the toilet and flush and be like, "Yeah, we gonna fuck with them tonight."
That was me diving back into Artifact.
That was just getting smacked by a wave.
It's a
Dude.
funny story you said that though, Vaughn. Alt Loki pushed me towards, or got me into Artifact. I wasn't like uh, followed him, but I was mainly into Luxo, and then it was like him and ETH were hosting spaces, and um, yeah, he's pretty much one of the guys that got me into Artifact, which you know how that went from a 2 ETH to 3 ETH up to a 20 ETH. So yeah, you just
Yeah.
follow smart guys, listen to even founders, smart guys. You don't have to listen to them. You listen to them, but you don't have to acknowledge them. Like do what they say. You can just think about it. So like so, I'm rambling, bro. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's just
Remy. I like the way you say artifact. Like if you make a space that you just only say artifact the way you say it, it'll definitely pump clones, I feel like.
it must have been. Well, is it my tone, my accent?
Both. It just it sounds nice and unique.
I appreciate that, man. Might have to hit up the founders. Hey yo, I got the perfect marketing campaign. What is it?
Funny
Artifact.
tacos. We're just gonna talk. We're just gonna talk about it.
Hey, I appreciate all you guys. Love all you guys. It's always an energy lift when I come into the room. I gotta go. Daddy's duties. I gotta go to work.
Dude,
Hope everyone has a beautiful night, beautiful day. Shout out the compound, bro. This is one of the greatest space holders, in my opinion. Nobody holds it down like him. Shout out to everybody. All right, good seeing you, Jace, Kuro, Vaughn, everybody up here, Rose. I see you. I see you guys on the moon. All right,
Have a good
just
day,
look.
Henry.
I appreciate you, Vaughn. Peace.
later, Hemi.
See you later, Hemi. Bro, y'all got me distracted and I missed out what I was trying to pick up. And she's already on the timeline under somebody else's banner. I'm pissed.
Yo, that person posted that clone so fast. Like bought and posted so fast. I don't even know how.
She belonged to the streets. Don't worry, Jace. You'll find the one.
Bro, red hair angel for 3.95? Come on.
Yeah,
Though
Shauna saw that angel a while ago and like she loved that one.
Dude, 3.3, it's the top bid on Blur right now.
That's it. I'm getting my freaking laptop. I'm going to peace out. I love y'all, but I'm going to go do some work. Gosh. Like legit, I'm actually going to log off and go make some moves. Because y'all distracted me and I missed out on that one.
Oh yeah, blame it on
Luxo.
us, Chase. Blame it on us.
Dude, you know what though?
Luxo?
Nah, he rugged himself. He just
you guys are the most degenerate like people I know. Like every time I come in this space, there's always a take about you guys like just finding a clone. Like how many clones do you guys have? Like at this point you guys have like a fucking army of clones ready to take down anybody.
I recycle clones.
I respect it, Demi. You said that like with such like proud take that I can't even be mad about it. But I respect it. I respect it.
You
um
respect the environment. So.
Yeah, at
yo,
least he's not trashing them. He's recycling them. So there's
no,
something good
I'm,
about it.
I'm open about my moves, dude. I had to get rid of my clone for another mutant, and I got another clone to flip. And until I find my forever clone, I'm gonna keep flipping these things.
In
yeah.
terms, oh sorry, go compound.
No, Demi's one of the most active people in the clone community, bro. He's out in all of our spaces all the time. Um and he's on the timeline all the time, either fighting for artifact, fighting FUD. Like that's just who Demi is. So he don't even need a clone. He was already up in this community.
No, yeah, I see Demi always like having the clone communities back and stuff, and I always respect people like that. So shout out Demi.
We're working on getting Deep his first clone. Deep's been he's been coming out for weeks, and he's now like looking and looking. So, but to answer your question, there have been a lot of clones bought in this space, but so it's mostly by Jace though. There's been Baron. Baron buys a lot of clones in here, and Jace. Vince has bought 2 clones in here.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe there's a lot of degenerate activities going on out in here. Um, I don't know, dude. The whole goal of running spaces was to like bring clone visibility, right? And if people are learning about the project or people are having a good time and just enjoying themselves and like having a place to mingle and like listen to like, people with similar interests to them, like shoot the shit, like, hey, bro, that's dope. I love that.
You know what I love? I love that I've been following Artifacts since it was like 20 ETH, and that it's at like 3 ETH now, and like I was never gonna be able to buy it at like 20, and like it's just like hopefully things work out, you know. So yeah, it's for people that couldn't enter at those prices. It's like damn, I can actually join this community and get in now at a more reasonable rate. So
What DNA are you looking to get, or like which one do you like to?
I like the robots the most, just because there is no race to the robot. You know what I mean? Like it's just I've always liked robots. Like the project I'm creating right now is just about computers and stuff and like tech and yeah, I really like the robots for sure.
So you're gonna be part of Ant Ben and Yob's gang down there in Rose. See, I see Rose already trying to recruit you, sending them fists up there. But what about traits? What traits do you like?
The flipped hair, like, cause my hair is a little like the comb over flipped hair, but I like it in blue, you know. Um, like there's a samurai sword. It really depends, like if it's clean or not. Yeah, it just depends. There's so many different types of clones and stuff. I was actually the day the announcement was gonna happen, I was ready to pull the trigger on the floor, but I'm like, man, am I just buying to think like it's gonna pump because of this announcement? But good thing I didn't, because then I would try and like flip it and get something else. But I'm just like, I guess being patient with it, but seeing the prices fall, like, I don't know how far it's gonna fall. You know what I mean? It's hard to say. So
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't fall too far. But maybe you should get the golden robot one, the one that kind of looks like Golden Frieza.
it depends on how much it is, right?
True, true. I mean, I guess you're just gonna be throwing all those like Wii softwares out there and like hoping for the best.
Yo, we're rooting for Deep to find his clone, bro. Now's the time, man. I mean, just let it be patient and like you'll find something you fuck with and there's no reason to rush anything, man. You'll find something you like and dude. And get something you do like, bro. Don't just think you have to get something that like just because, right? Because then you'll spend the next couple months continuing to look for a clone you like connect with, and you're gonna have to make a flip. But like, just be patient on your first one, and you can score something that you're happy with, dude. That's the cool thing about it. Like
Yeah,
me, I FOMO'd into my first one, and I just kind of grabbed one that like I felt like I could afford, and I like was okay, right? But then I always had that urge to maybe flip, and I still have that urge, bro. Like I still want to flip my Angels to like a forever PFP. I'm not there yet. Um, and maybe it takes time, but you'll get there.
yeah, and like for me, like sometimes rarity doesn't even matter. Like I like really clean pieces that like are fluid and flush. You know, more than because there's some pieces that I see that have like yeah like six, seven, eight traits, but they're not appealing, right? For me, it's like even if it's at a floor and it's appealing, that's what I want and something that resonates to me in the story that I'm building. So yeah.
Yo, what's good, family?
What is good, Ninja?
What's up? I just came from that party in Hollywood, or yeah, it was pretty fun. Saw Dre, saw Vega, saw a whole bunch of actually clones were in there. We were repping. Yo, Deep, yo, you're on point with it though. The and let me know if I'm rugging, but
You're good.
the yeah, I agree with you. The To me, I never when I was entering in, I was like the rarity, I feel like rarity does not matter at all with CloneX. Like it's one of the few collections that like people just really do not care about rarity. At least, we go for aesthetic. But I was gonna say though is if you know, man, I know for me when I literally stalk that floor, there is something always there like nice and juicy to pick up. And you know, if you I know you're looking for you're looking for your PFP, or are you also looking just for to make a play?
Like I wanna be able to get one that I can use. I'm creating a project right now, and like for me, it's more like I can use the clone to my advantage. Like with my PFPs, I try and if especially if it's clean, like a floor is only a floor if it's not being used properly, right? If you're using it in an innovative way and you show marketing potential for it, like there's huge upside, even just for price, and your own branding. So that's what I'm looking for. That's why I want something clean that resonates to me too. When like you hear me speak, it's like oh, like Dre's clone looks a lot like him. Compound, like Ninja, like whenever I see your clone, I know, I know who it is. I don't want to be switching too much and trying to flip and like just you lose your identity at that point. So I'm just trying to be patient, find the right identity. That I found one before when like clones were at 6 ETH, but I just didn't have the funds at that time. But something similar to that comes up, then I'll definitely grab it right away. But I've been looking every day.
Yeah, man, you're in that fun place. Yeah, you're gonna know. You'll just know too. Like I know, like most of us who have our ones, like you, when you see it, you'll just know, and you're like, because I know I was stalking mine. Mine went from mine, shit. Mine when I was first looking at mine was like upwards of 20 something ETH, and it just kept coming down and coming down and coming down and coming down, and then once it hit the price that I wanted to pay for it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this. So yeah, man. Well, you already a part of the family, but yeah, like you think you're really smart with how you're doing it, and like Compound said, just be patient. I feel the feeling that you got a little bit more time, maybe a lot more time. Who knows? Maybe but definitely get the one. Compound is right. Get the one that you really love. Like definitely do not settle. Do not settle at all.
Don't settle deep. I've settled before, deep. I've settled before. Take it from me.
Have you? What do you about you? What do you think about the eggs, Deep? You want to get an egg?
Yeah, the eggs are dope. The thing is, man, like I get like attached to the NFTs I buy, like this Dookie Dash Pass, and like going through the whole process, getting this knight, and like I want to use the knight to flip for a clone, right? But then like I've just been, I woke up today in the morning too, and I'm like, fuck. The first thing I thought is like, do I want to keep it or do I wanna do I wanna flip it for a clone? And like I've just been reasoning to myself, but like I know the clones have the most potential, right? Because at this price, it's the Genesis project too. Um, like yeah, Animus is gonna have its own gaming, uh, gaming project as well, and that's at point 0.5 right now. So I can definitely, it's definitely a good play. I just gotta get over it and try and make that move soon. So yeah,
Do you have enough for a clone right now, or you have to flip something to go into a clone?
I have enough for a clone right now, but like I have a lot of expenses coming up, just vacations and stuff, and like building a product. So like I have money aside for that. And I've had this vision for this product for over a year now, and I'm finally putting in like the motion to do it. So I just need the funds. I need to have the funds for that as well. So yeah, but I don't mind losing. I mean, flipping the um, Yuga box and getting a clone because like I've wanted a clone since I saw clone. I've been following clone since they got minted and before the Nike acquisition, and knowing it was Murakami, and
I'm gonna
like
I'm gonna speak
I
from my
remember the
own.
first day it was like 2 E. Yeah,
I'm gonna speak from my own 2 cents. So, and I don't want to tell you what not to do or what to do, but if I I've been in a similar position, and I'm a clone. I'm always going to be team clones first. However, I think my personal take on it is that because I've thought about flipping my sewer passes, or now they're boxes. I actually haven't even opened my boxes, or I don't even know what kind of boxes I got yet. But I will say that and shout out to Demi, because Demi was the one who helped me get my sewer passes. So thank you, Demi. I appreciate you. Definitely, I got some nice rankings.
Got
Um,
you, Ninja.
yeah, Demi's the man, y'all. If y'all don't know, Demi hooks it up. Demi's very. I love Demi's communication. He's on top of it. I like somebody who communicates very well. So thank you, Demi. But this is my 2 cents: is if I would not let go of any Yuga assets in this current environment, um, that could change at any moment. I could be completely wrong, but like if you got enough money for a clone and you already have a strong PFP, you have a Valhalla, and I like your Valhalla a lot. I would just say, wait till you get a clone in the price range that you can already afford, and hold on to your Yuga asset, because Yuga is clearly the leader in the space, and is going to continue to be the leader for a while. Maybe it's the Bitcoin, and Bitcoin hasn't gone anywhere clearly, and I just think that diversifying and getting that, you'll get that opportunity to get the clone you want. I promise you that. I know you will. So just my 2 cents, and also, if you're enjoying this journey with Yuga, which I personally have, like, Dookie Dash was my first, and even though Demi played my passes to get him up, I played the game. I legit played the game. Like, when I was bored or just wanted to do something, I was just like, oh, let me just play some Dookie Dash for a while, and I liked the experience. And also too, being in the Yuga community, I can't say this about all apes, but since I've gotten my passes, I've been much more active in the Yuga community, and the Yuga community is a lot like clones, and there's like, I won't say there's much as inclusive as, like, if you don't have, if like clones, if you don't have a clone, we don't care, or if you don't have anything in the ecosystem. But like having the pass and just saying, like, hey guys, I got a pass, and them knowing that, like, they've been very inclusive, and not treated me like I was like some second rate citizen or something, and I don't know. I actually have gotten to know the apes a little bit better since having it, and I like it. So I think it's good to diversify.
You're rugging a bit now, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Um, that's getting me to think now too, and like maybe I should just accumulate some eggs, right? Like if I get some eggs, like I'll be down to rock like Animus, right? Because Animus looks dope as hell, and that could potentially be like not only for gaming but also a PFP.
I don't think you can lose with anything artifact, and I don't think you can lose with anything artifact long term. And I think that we're for me personally. Hey, oh sorry, I thought my Google was listening to me. I think for the way I treat things too right now is like it's a bear market still, for at least for NFTs, and so like I want to have fun experiences, and you Yuga has given me some fun experiences. I believe Artifact has given me a lot of fun experiences, and I think that the Animus is going to be a really fun experience too. I'm hoping it is, and they're going to deliver. So we'll see, but you know get the clone you want, and don't feel, I don't think you should feel the pressure to sell a Yuga asset. And if you don't, if it's different if you didn't already have a PFP, but you'll get a clone like Compound said. And also too is, I know you, I don't know if you're looking at floors, or if you're looking at the blur or whatever, but you know um the sales channel, there's a sales channel, even if you don't own any assets, in the Artifact Discord. You can get some good deals on those. Um, there's some whales selling their clones. D Farmer, I don't know if you know who D Farmer is. He has a bunch of clones he's been selling, and I'm sure he'd be happy to sell you his clones. So just keep an eye out outside of just the floor, because there's a lot of deals. I mean, with the FUD at an all. I mean, like the FUD yesterday, I think the day before is like all time high FUD. I mean, it's getting ridiculous, and I feel like obviously no one knows where the bottom is, but it's pretty close to mid price. And I just feel like, now are the best deals. And and there's also people who are just, in their emotions, in their feelings, and they can be that way. I'm not going to judge them either way, but, they'll sell you their clone. Like, don't be afraid to, if you see a clone that you like and it's above your price range, don't be afraid to like, do a reverse Google search or a chat GPT search these days, and find who owns it and be like, yo, this is what I got. Do you want to sell it? Like the worst they're gonna say is no, or they may call. I've gotten called all sorts of names for quote unquote lowballing, but I'm like, this is what I got. This is what I got to spend. Sorry, you know. So just you can always think outside the box if you can't find what you want. But from the sounds of what you were saying is the flipped up hair, the flipped up blue hair, and the robot. That's not, those aren't like grail traits. So you should be able to get that for pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, for sure. I've seen some. It's just like some of the clothing I don't like on these clones, like the floor clothing. It just depends if it's clean, right, and it resonates. Then I'll definitely grab one. And I know I can be patient right now because like this has been a long bear market, just in and we're getting to the bottom. You know what I mean? With like you can just see how people are acting on across projects and it's just like chaos right now, but like I thrive in chaos. It's just like being calm in chaos is very important because that's when you can enter really well. Like you can get into a really good entry position in any of these projects that you like people once believed in, right? And it's gonna switch hands. So I still think like until the Animus announcements, or until there's some sort of news for Animus, that's what will really pump the clones and like take them back to where they were. So as long as like I'm patient but not too patient, I think I can enter. Yeah.
Yeah, when you see the one you want and it, like, because I feel like with mine, like I saw him and I was like, I had to have him. I like it just was what it was. It's like, and you'll see that, and maybe go above your price range and just look and just be like, find the one. This is the one I have to have. Because I know that's how it is for a lot of us. You just have to have it, and you'll get it. When you have to have something, I feel like the whole universe conspires to give you what you desire if you really believe in it.
Definitely, definitely.
So we gotta. Oh, go ahead.
No, I actually had to end it, guys, and I just really like the back and forth. I think you guys are both speaking very logically, and Ninja always has great takes. Deep, I believe, like he said, man, if you find something you like, the universe will get you there, bro. But like I said, be patient, bro. Right? You don't need a clone to be hanging out with us. You don't need a clone to be doing all the artifact activities. Like you're with us regardless, bro, and wait until something dope pops up bro, this is advice I wish I gave myself, right? Because I FOMO quick, and I think you're way more level-headed than me, dude, just hearing you talk, like 100%. Because I'll have ETH, bro, and I'll go, oh, I like that a little, just buy it, dude. I'm not as level-headed as you are, so I think you're doing good, bro. Just like Ninja said, reach out to people that with clones you like, dude. Like, see what they do. I reached out to a guy that has a clone that's way out of my price range,
Yeah,
and I
there.
apologized for lowballing him. And then he messaged me back and said, "Hey, actually, like, how much do you got? Like, how much? What can you do? Right? Because so, like, just if you can't hurt to put feelers out there, bro. You just never know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like there was someone I was gonna make a trade with, and it was on NFT Trader, but it was pretty trustworthy, and like the clone he had was dope. He showed me, and his Twitter, everything was connected, so it's pretty legit. And I'm like, damn, this guy's about to capitulate this nice ass clone, blue Yugi hair, crystal eyes, for my box, and the flower. And I'm like, damn. But then like I guess I was too quick to say yes, and like he's like, would you be able to do like point 0.2 more? I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I should have been like, nah, let's just to show less interest, because he changed his mind real quick, because he's like, man, maybe I shouldn't sell this to him. Maybe I should just hold on to it, because if he wants it that quick, man, I gotta keep it. I feel like that's how he was thinking. So
You know, some of these people think like that, but also don't overthink that you did it because I feel like some people play games. Like I've definitely, oh my God, had people that I've wanted to do trades with, especially over the last few months, that are just like playing these games. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I want to do this, so let's do it or not. And I wouldn't overthink it. You know, if you were quick to just I find that the people that are serious is like, yeah, can you do it for point two? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Here's the wallet. Here we go. And it's like, that's when you see the things in the timeline. Hey, this is a smooth trade because those people are serious and they're professional. And honestly, I've done a few trades over the last couple of months that just it's just so frustrating because I'm like, yo, like I'm about business. Like, I'm about negotiation. Like, I do this at work all day. It's like the thing about negotiation is a successful negotiation, from my perspective, is both people walk away with getting what they want. Which is like, okay, you want this amount, and I want the clone, or I want this. So here you go. Not like, oh, well, like I had one guy who just kept raising on me, and I was like, no, fuck it. Like this is not how you do business. So yeah, don't think you did something wrong by responding. I mean, granted, maybe wait a little, give it a beat. I don't know, but then again, it's like you could have hit him back, an hour later, and he could have been like, "Oh, I just sold it." But I will say this: there's some. I am assuming. Actually, I know. What am I talking about? Assuming there are some highly motivated people to sell their clones right now, and to me, peak FUD is the time to buy. Like peak FUD, and I mean, the FUD is absolutely redonkulous these days. It's just like, oh, a clone sneezed the wrong way. Oh, let's spot it. Oh my gosh, the zipper has 4 teeth instead of 10. Spot it. I don't the hoodie it's shaped differently than I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It's really silly how much FUD they're giving clones over like not legitimate stuff from my perspective at least. I mean, I'm sure there is legitimacy to different things, but like you know, um, I do know that when it comes to fungibles, that it's a little bit different with non-fungibles because I can kind of get attached like you do too, and it's kind of hard. But when it comes to fungibles, like when fungible shit gets flooded, I buy that shit up so quick because I'm like, oh, this is gonna rebound, and sure enough, it does. So I feel like it's a lot the same for artifact. Excuse me, for not for artifact, but for NFTs. The stuff gets flooded and it rebounds. Look at Azuki. They got FUD. Look at Apes. Apes got flooded from like 145, when they were up high down to like really low, and then they bounce. Same with Suzuki, and clones are going to be no different. And also sentiment can change real quick, and the space is finicky. And a lot of the people who I feel like do FUD and just they have nothing to do, and they're just going to need something else to talk about. So once something else becomes the target, it's going to be a wrap.
What's up, Dre Millie? How was it? Ninja said it
It
was
was
great.
cool, man. It was good to be around a lot of like-minded
Oh,
individuals.
shit, I missed you.
What'd you say, Demi?
I've been texting the whole time. Is it over? I didn't think it would be fucking done at
Man,
9, bro. What the
they
fuck?
kicking motherfuckers out. Turn the lights on, turn the music off, get your ass up out of here.
Yo,
We
Dre, after
gotta
we
go
took our
home, but
picture,
I can't stay
You
here.
said what?
after we took our picture, Dre, they wouldn't let me
For
back
real?
in. Yeah, I was like, well, shit, I guess it's time for me to go anyway. I was hungry, so I got something else to eat.
Yeah, I've never been there before, so it was dope how they had the venue set up with the ATM machines being the doors and shit. That was dope.
Yeah, it's attached to the Line Hotel. It's one of their clubs. So yeah, it was a cool little venue. It was nice. It was a nice crowd. It was great to see a lot of our CloneX LA family.
If you were a drinker, it would have been dope because it was open bar and free food. But and did you pick up that? You got a Hawthorne bag? That the fragrance inside that bag was crazy.
Yo, your wife, Dre's wife, talking about, I'm about to give this to some homeless people. I said, hold on, let me look what's in this bag real quick.
No,
And then that fragrance does look legit.
they're actually gonna sponsor our event on the 24th as well. So they're gonna have a lot of those giveaways for the same event. But and we came home and cracked them open with Coomer and my mom. And it was just they smell good. They legit for real.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I love me some good fragrance or body wash, and then just yeah. So does my girlfriend. So I don't feel like you can lose with that kind of stuff. It was a cool little gift
Yeah,
bag.
it was good. It was good.
I will say this: I came dressed like that. I'm never gonna listen to a flyer that's a Web3 flyer that says "Come dressed to the." They were like, "Come dressed to the nines, chic, wear your best." I walk in there with a suit. Everybody's wearing hoodies and fucking baggy ass clothes. I was like, man, I felt played. I
We
felt so
saw
played.
like at least 6 Suzuki jackets.
There was a lot of Zuki
They was in
jackets.
there.
There was a there was a lot of Zuki jackets.
It was cool though. Our loan architect was there. We met him in person.
Yep, met alone. Who else was there that got to meet?
Everybody else there that were clones I've met before. So, but it was a lot of apes and
Clone.
shit. Like it was cool, man. It's dope to come into Web3 events and actually spend time with people face to face and energy and just learn who they are, get to speak to them. Like it was dope. I'm excited for this week because there's a lot of events happening between today and next week. So
Oh, side note. I know. Just side note for us. Let me rap with you about the NFLA. I think I can get you a press pass, but you may have to go up there with a
hey,
camera or something.
I'll,
Start fronting like you a
I'll,
photographer.
I'll be P. Parker in that bitch.
Show up with a
I
clipboard,
already
bro. You
above.
going anywhere? Go anywhere with a clipboard.
Already above.
And a whistle, clipboard
Glasses,
and a whistle.
a vest, all of the above.
Anyone who's going to be there on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to be emceeing the main stage. So make sure you come holler at your boy Ninja. Main stage of the Outer Edge, aka NFTLA.
That shit's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I was looking at the speakers they have. They have some good. They have some, at least for the windows that I'm gonna be working. They have some really good speakers. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
About the
You,
Zuki jacket, what's up, man? Would you say, Dre? You said deep or?
About what?
I was gonna ask. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm lost too.
I was gonna ask Compound. Are you coming up for NFTLA?
He must be eating.
Damn, I'm only getting thumbs up.
He
Compound
eat
not using his
every
mic.
time.
What
Every
you doing?
time he get quiet, he eating.
I was gonna say, or he's sitting
Bro,
on the pot.
no, dude. I had literally just put a giant bite of jerk chicken in
Yeah.
my mouth when you asked me.
Jamaican
Shauna
jerk
just brought.
chicken.
Yeah, they went to like a food fair and she brought me back the spiciest chicken. Like I'm
Mmm.
screwed right now after that bite.
Mmm.
I thought it was because Von Soul and I were talking in Toronto, Jamaican patois.
Patois.
Yeah, you guys were talking like Jamaican accent earlier, and I was just feeling the vibes. So Shauna brought me back some.
Deep. You making?
Toronto accent. No, Toronto. A lot of Toronto slang is like
Yeah,
Jamaican. I have a lot of Jamaican friends too,
yeah.
so.
I learned that from Drake in his teens. Yeah, you know what I
Tinks.
mean.
Yeah, like I'll give you guys an example. Like Nya is very diverse and very dynamic, right? So if someone's fudding and they're lying, you're like Nya, look at this guy. But then if you're just fly and I see you, you're like Nya, that's how you're feeling. It's like both positive and negative. And then if someone's telling you something and you're responding by saying like yes I agree, it's like yeah it's like very diverse very diverse basically.
I like that. Yeah, eh?
Are you Jamaican?
No,
Deep.
I'm not Jamaican, I'm Indian ethnically, but I was born in Africa and I live in Toronto.
Oh, that's what's up. That's dope.
Yeah, African Indian.
Well, I was born like my great grandparents were like immigrated to Africa, and then so it's like third generation. But ethnically, I'm Indian. So
I know
yeah.
there's a lot of Indians in like England, and I remember when I used to live in England, there was a lot of Indians, and some of the best Indian food I ever ate. But are there a lot of Indians in Africa?
Yeah, there's a lot of it's very like where I'm from in Zambia, it's like close to South Africa. It's a British colony, so it's very diverse. There's Asian people, Indian, white. It's just like LA or New York or Toronto. It's very very
Very
diverse.
diverse, yeah, eh?
You should have heard Compound. He's the one that started the yeah.
Compound,
Compound is going yay with that heat in his mouth right
right.
now.
Compound speaking the teens, yeah, eh? That's what's up. Coming to LA, man. Never coming to LA, yeah, eh?
Oh my God! Look what you started
Yeah,
to do.
man.
Look what you
Oh,
Guys,
started.
teens.
I was I was across the kitchen getting water because I'm dying right now, and you guys are like calling my name and saying "yae," and I'm laughing while like trying to survive a vegetable chicken, bro. Like trying to get water, dude. I'm
Yeah,
just
eh?
laughing. I can't reach my phone because it's on the charger, so I couldn't even like throw an emoji up.
It's not
Oh, by the
ya
way,
hey
Compound, because I've
compound.
heard you lovingly fudge me before. Whenever I come here, you're like, oh, here Ninja comes in. Oh, he just leaves, and then he comes in. Oh, he says something, and then he leaves. And
Those are facts,
I'm
man.
just gonna let you know. Does you know, Compound? Like half the time, I swear to you. First of all, normally I'm looking for this room first, and so I come into this room, and I kid you not, like 50% of the time I come in, I get a work call, and I'm like, and then I gotta go. Or I come in and for just I don't know, my Wi-Fi is weird. It will rug me out, and then I'll come back in or have to reset my phone. It's whatever. So just so you know, because he's accusing me of coming in when I want to hear stuff and then leaving when I want to hear stuff I don't
That's
want to
the different
hear.
Hey,
way, bro.
Dre, isn't the timing always so funny? He'll come on stage, he'll like bring up a topic that just causes like a riot, and someone will
Okay.
it'll be something we already like all finally got past. We talked about it earlier. Like everybody's nerves are all calmed down, and Ninja will be like, "Yo, so did you guys talk about this?" And people will start going wild, and they'll be replying to Ninja, but he'll be gone. Like he'll just ninja his way out of here.
Straight
So
up, like Batman, bro. Beat some ass and disappear and turn around. What happened?
dude,
What happened?
how many times have I had to like calm a speaker down, Dre? And I was like, "Hey, Ninja's actually not even here. You're
Yeah.
talking to nobody right now." So many
Full
times.
explanation though. They go all the way in with emotions and everything. But damn, he ain't even in here.
I have been in the back in the audience, and they're like, "Damn, where
He ain't
Ninja
even
go?"
in
And I'm
here,
like,
man.
"Damn, I'm sorry. It's not intentional. I swear. I get calls all sorts of times a day with work. So, and when the call comes in, you got to take it. It is what it is. But yeah,
No, we love you, bro. We never hold it against you. It's just like true to form. It's true to form. Like he's gonna come in. There's gonna be some rugging issues. We're changing two pairs of
Yeah.
headphones. There, there might be a toilet being worked on in the
Most
background, and
definitely
then
some
like,
plumbing happening. Most definitely some plumbing.
there's always
and,
plumbing issues happening. I've
and then
always
someone's
fixed.
gonna get riled up about something, and like Ninja won't even be here to be
Yeah.
replied to.
Or Ninja come in here extra energetic, get pumped up, throw some motherfuckers around real quick, and bounce.
This is my therapy. It's like I come in and I just am able to just unload all my bullshit. No, I'm playing. Bounce out.
It'll be like after Dre had just hit a 20-minute banger on like effective communication, and like everybody's so zenned out in here, dude, and we're just like on a vibe. And then like Ninja will pop in like, have y'all talked about these motherfucking fudders on the timeline? I can't stand these motherfuckers.
Motherfucker.
They're fudding. I don't understand. This is
The fuck?
bullshit. They don't have no reason to be fudding right now. All right, later, guys.
Now the homie Pump through, he
Oh
came
man.
through. The homie Pump Isha was there too. Vega uploaded his mixtape in the club. It was
Oh, I got pictures of that.
a
And your
pleasure.
wife took a picture too.
It was real.
Yeah, Drake. Whatchamacallit, Vega was in the club on his phone, on his phone, on his computer working.
Laptop sleeve and everything. Had the beer sitting next to the laptop. Work.
But I'm about to post a picture in the feed right now.
Hey, that's that grind though,
Straight
bro.
up.
Like those are the early days that you remember. Like bringing your laptop, pull it out the backpack, and trying to get it hooked up to the CDJs. Anybody got a cable? Anybody got a cable? I need a USB connector, bro.
Straight up.
Or you're like, dude, I've even had to borrow my friend's USB. Like, yo, you got a lot of the same music as me, right? Like, I didn't bring my USB. Let me
Yeah.
borrow
Let
that.
me get this minute. Straight up. No, yeah. Came home, washed the energy off of me. That's one thing I learned I have to do is I gotta definitely shower after I go around large groups of people so I don't carry that energy with me as I go to sleep and I wake up feeling hungover. Like Ninja and I had a conversation about not drinking, and oddly enough, I'll feel hungover if I don't take these precautions. Like if I don't utilize the water to wash the energy off of me, I'll wake up the next morning as if I was in that bitch drinking with y'all. So definitely something that I've learned throughout the time.
You know what's funny too? You say that, Drake. It's so funny because I got in and I got in my car. I didn't feel drunk, but I was like, "Why do I feel like I had something to drink?" But I had nothing. It is so weird that you say that. I definitely felt different.
It's a fact.
It's just being in that scene and being around it all. You kind of pick up on that. Yeah, like Dre said, energy or the vibration. Dude, I've never tried. Like, I usually shower after I go out just to feel clean. I don't like to get in the sheets all dirty, but I've never thought of it that way, Dre.
It's real. It's the energy, man. It's the water you washing off. I mean, it's all energetic, right? It's all frequency.
Hmm
It's why we listen to music and then puts us in certain trances and makes us feel this type of way. You can't escape it, man. It's who we are. We made up of so much water as human beings. It's just part of our makeup. And the more the people recognize that, the easier it is to navigate throughout this realm. But I just got here, so I ain't trying to get too deep for that.
No,
I'm
that's
not trying
facts,
to
bro.
sound nasty, y'all, but you ever get some energy on you and just want to keep it on you and not shower?
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's the energy that you don't
Damn,
need.
that's that freaky.
Yeah.
That's that
You're right.
freaky
You need it,
energy.
but you don't need. That's the energy that'll have your life in the whirlwind. You'll be tied up.
I had so many thoughts right now. I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
I had to. Yeah, that's yeah. That's when I used to drink. That's the type of energy I would get into, and then I'll have to come back looking,
Hmm
searching for that same high. Nope. No thanks. No thank you.
That's
Hey,
real.
y'all ever had something so spicy you're like blowing your nose and like you're just struggling?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
bro.
fuck with spicy.
If it's going in spicy, it's coming out spicy too, bro.
Yo,
Bro, that
Ooh.
fucking Miro
I'm
Holdings
dying.
fucking habanero with truffle, that's hot sauce is goated.
It's so good, bro. I
It's
didn't get
so
any, but it
bomb.
was so good.
I have a secret power that like I've never talked about actually, and that's eating spicy food. It's since I was like a kid, it's crazy. Like, I
Yeah,
have the
but
last
with all due respect, Deep, like you're Indian, bro. Like I
I'm
literally
a
had
white guy,
Indian.
bro. Like, cut me some
Yeah,
slack.
yeah. Poor Compound probably has like fucking like Frank's hot sauce on a regular, and then he tells his friends he eats hot sauce.
So I have problems
No.
with spice. So I like spice, but I can't handle it, but I keep eating it. So it's like this just loop of pain, but I love it. I don't know what you call that.
It's kind of like NFTs, right?
Oh, 100%. Depends on the
Is
NFT
that
app,
called
but
sodomy?
Hey, yo.
I forgot the saying already. That was the time to say it right there. I just forgot the damn team.
Yeah, I'm about to take a shower after that one.
No, but it's definitely some people enjoy that shit as an aphrodisiac, man. Like it say you get to a certain level of being able to utilize that spiciness because it releases some type of chemical in your brain, and it's almost like a drug. So people get used to eating spicy food, and it sets them off. It triggers them like that.
no, this is pain, man. This is like, you know, eating ramen and just the nose is running and you're just breathing, just hyperventilating. There's no aphrodisiacs unless you're into that weird stuff, but I don't know.
Vince, you're just saying exactly what Dre said, but
In a
just in
different way.
another
Hell
like in
yeah.
another
I
way.
don't fuck with none of that though, bro. Anything spice up, let me get a 0 out of 10 if you could. Let me get a -1 if y'all could put that on the menu.
I just tell them send me to hell, yo. Send me to hell. I'm down to experience it. You know. It's the thing is like some things are just unnecessarily spicy, but if there's a lot of flavor to it, then like that's when I really enjoy it. Like
Do you
hot it.
do you ever eat like like hot like chicken like sandwiches? Like Nashville hot,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
like Korean fried chicken is probably hotter than Nashville if you get like the really spicy stuff.
Mm. But see, that's like, I mean, there are a couple places here in the Bay Area that are pretty hot, I guess, for my standards, and I can't go above like 3. Anything above that, man, it's just it's hard to eat. Like it's hard to swallow. It's like not even food at that point, at least for me. I won't
Vince,
go.
can you handle sriracha?
Yeah, of course.
Like that's like you don't think like out of 10, how spicy is that for you?
Sriracha?
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 out of 10, like 2. Sriracha's nothing.
Okay.
When you get that
But I'm
spicy
talking
though,
like
it's what's the point of eating? It's not like you tasting the food, you just shoveling stuff in your mouth and trying to.
Dre,
The
shut the fuck
original,
up.
I won't say
You're
the
like
original, but
negative hot
the one
sauce.
of the actual like physiological functions of spice is it opens up your taste buds and it opens up your nostrils and your sensory, I forgot the name of it, but it's basically your nasal, because your nose is connected to your mouth. Your nose, throat are all connected. And so it like opens all those portals up, those pathways up, so you can taste the food. But yeah, when it's too hot, it's like blazing. I remember Chipotle used to have this crazy spicy one. They got rid of it. I don't think they have it anymore. They used to be like, it is like, is this just make it on fire? Well, I don't understand how people do that either. Side note, I just got my fresh and crispy CloneXLA jersey out the dry cleaners. It's all nice and white. Yo, these jerseys go off. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at it right now in the plastic. These jerseys go off.
Yeah, they crazy. You seen them in the
Oh,
light though? The letters reflect in the light if you hit them at the right angles.
no, I'm talking about our CloneXLA ones.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it in the
Oh,
right.
they are.
Yeah,
Oh
a
shit,
little,
they do got some reflective material.
little,
That's dope.
little
I didn't even see
secret.
that.
That was a little secret
That's
sauce
a
to them.
3M joint, dude. People
Ninja,
sleep on 3M.
I just built a new closet and I have a whole box that has like 4 pieces of clothes in it, like all my artifact stuff and the CloneX LA jersey, and I walk by it every day and I'm like, damn, that thing looks good
Yeah,
in there,
that's
bro.
it.
Every
It
Yo,
time.
does.
Yo, Compound, when you get your fucking immune, I have a size large immune hoodie ready for you.
See?
What is it?
I have a
You said
Oh,
when you
size
get a
mutant.
large
mutant.
in the
Oh,
package, size large DS. They got triples of everything from the whole entire collection.
is it the
So,
mutant one that I bought for Shauna that didn't fit her?
oh,
Like I
no,
said,
not the
stop.
OG. I'm not giving you the OG, dog.
No, bro, I'm gonna get the OG hoodie. That's what I'm saying is, I think like I told you, it's like there's stubborn people like me that want the OG hoodie. Like I searched out the OG one for her, and that's what I'm saying. I got these extra Nike Artifact hoodies because when new clones enter, they want that OG hoodie. They want the original one that came out. I'm the same way when I get the mutant.
No, I'm just saying I have a couple of the second release shit that's still fucking limited.
Yeah, no,
Size
I want it
large.
too. I want both, bro.
It has a center in the back. I'll take you a picture right now. I have a whole clothing rack full of fucking BOYC gear. I got the fucking blanket. I got literally everything that BOYC dropped besides the Macbeth drop. That's the one that missed out on.
Yeah, bro, I'm down.
No, we got some.
I don't know when I'm gonna
We got some more shit coming too. Some more CloneX LA. We got some stuff coming. We got some stuff brewing. So it's going to be fire for the summer.
Can
By
you
the
guys
way,
make ski masks?
with the spicy thing, just want to end it off there. Just one thing is that I don't eat it every day, so I don't think I'm a lunatic because my stomach would be burned. But like, it's just a once in a month thing. Still want people to think I'm a psychopath. Yeah, just wanted to
That's
end that.
cap. That's cap. You eat it more than once a month, you
No,
liar.
I actually don't. I like actually don't add much salt to my food. And I mix a lot of vegetables and different flavor. Like I make when I make food, I make a lot of flavorful food from just straight from the ingredient. Just because like there's a lot of in my family there's risk of heart disease and stuff like that. So trying to stay away from that stuff.
All right, fellas, I gotta, people, I gotta jump off. My family's here and wanted to jump up and say what's good, send the love, and I gotta ski daddle. See y'all
Great.
mañana.
We'll see you,
Hasta
bro. Hey,
luego.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Compound.
Yeah, hold on. I was actually ending this at 9, and then you guys all came in after the party, and we ran another hour and a half. So because of that, you got to give us some wise words of wisdom before you go.
Wise words of wisdom. Wise words of wisdom. Um, Based off of what happened this week, only thing I will say is, well, Ninja and I was talking at the party tonight, right? And we were discussing why you make certain life choices and how it leads you to exactly where you need to be. And it's not necessarily about thinking about what choices you need to make. It's more so about feeling about what choices you need to make. So my wise words to everyone would be
Take a shower.
get out, get out of the way of your own thoughts, get out of the way of your own feelings, because sometimes it'll lead you down detours or place hurdles in front of your path that ends up taking you away from your destiny where you're supposed to be. So keep your third eye open and feel your way through all of
Dre
this.
is our spiritual leader.
I would love to be. I'm here for
Bro,
anyone who needs it.
You already.
for real.
110%. Love always, man. Everybody have a good night.